Alright, hello and welcome everyone to some AD2L Season 36 action. I am Licky the Cow, joined by Key and eventually Rusty to bring you all the game, the Pot Off of Pot of Pride versus Pot of Greed in the Challenger League. How you doing, Key?
I'm doing pretty good. I am recovering from a minor operation, as it were, but we are gonna try to soldier through as much as we can until Rusty gets here, because I can't miss a Rusty, or I can't miss a Licky cast for the world, and I guess I can't miss a Rusty cast for the world either. But I gotta say, I like the branding of Pot Off. I called the Pot of Greed, Pot of Lust matchup the El Potico, but I like the Pot Off for Greed and Pride. It's a different name, and I gotta love these opening bands here too for Pot of Pride. Omni Knight and Undying. These are two Nick target bands. That's right, two Nick target bands, and this is something we used against them in the grand finals too. Nick is a player that you want to kind of get rid of some of those heroes against. So Pot of Greed giving two bands to the supports as well. The Mirana for Talus and the Oracle for Scion. So support's getting some love in the band stage.
Yeah, I feel like Talus and Scion are two of those supports in AD2L where they always get at least one ban to come off. I mean, Talus is like famous for the Mirana, but then Scion Oracle has been around for a hot minute, especially last season. I remember seeing a lot of it. So, I mean, Pot of Greed clearly both pod teams, but they have done their homework, even though they are relatively familiar with each other.
Yeah, definitely. These teams know each other so well. And Night Stalker, Grimstroke, the pickups for Pot of Greed, Death Prophet, the pickup for Pride. DP did receive some nerfs in the little sub patch today. I don't know how much that'll affect her. She's kind of a hero that, like, little numbers can change her a lot because of her percent heals and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see like what role she still plays. But I do like this Night Stalker pick. The hero got buffed. The ult is 10 seconds like earlier in cooldown at level 1, so that's really nice. Of course, you know all about the Night Stalker, always nice. Yeah, I kind of find that, at least whenever I'm casting with you, people just pick Night Stalker. They know you're casting. I want to hear from the expert on it.
I don't know. I'm actually kind of glad because distinctly remember this change because they actually increased it like a couple patches ago and then introduced the talent at level 10, which increases the Dark Ascension duration, which made it like almost necessary for you to like get the talent to like offset the fact that the nerf happened. But now they've just reverted it, which is kind of weird because Ice Frog usually just doesn't like to do things and revert them. But I'm kind of glad to see it, but because now you get like effectively like way more ult with that level 10 talent, so it's quite nice. I don't know like how like amazing it'll be. I've yet to play NS on this C patch, but I think it's a nice quality of life thing there. I mean, extra 10 seconds, especially early on, gives you a little more of a window to keep messing around at nighttime.
Definitely. The Disruptor pickup here for Pride. This is a hero that we used to. I captained Scion for a season, and I know him like pretty well. This is kind of a hero that a lot of people don't think about when it comes to Scion, but he makes a lot of good plays in this hero. How do you feel about playing Night Stalker into Disruptor? It's obviously like a pretty volatile. Like, Glimpse is annoying, but then you get BKB, and then Disruptor has a hard time. Like, I don't know. What do you think about this pick?
I would say I prefer it mostly because I think Disruptor kind of struggles to use that glimpse properly without vision. And that's like kind of the main defining factor around playing around glimpse. It's all about like what you're able to see, and especially during nighttime with Dark Ascension up, if you're like playing correctly, you can like plot a path around their like expected vision and around like hills and like high grounds to get close enough to the Disruptor where they can't get the glimpse off. It's kind of annoying, like obviously in lane, because like the Q spam. I don't think any hero likes to play against Disruptor with the like constant thunder strikes, but I personally am like pretty okay with it.
Yeah. The Phoenix and the Luna banned out for
10
Greed.
seconds remain.
Not sure if I mean, Talos is definitely a good Phoenix. I'm not sure if Phoenix is something they've been like spamming a lot of recently, or if that's more to protect the Night Stalker with the Supernova. But the Luna, of course, is the Gambit hero, perhaps at least in the days of Gambit playing carry. That's he won a grand finals. That Game 5 Gambit. I keep trying to make it a thing, but. And Meepo banned. So Meepo got significant buffs in this latest patch, and I think the hero's already kind of a sleeper. And Milkboxy has already played a Meepo game this season and owned on it. So I expect we'll see that Meepo not see much. Like I expect it to catch many bans for the rest of the season for Pot Pride.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those like tricky heroes where it's like, yeah, the hero may not be good overall, but if you have someone that's good enough at the hero, especially if they're able to like mess around with people who haven't played against a Meepo enough to like understand exactly how to counter it, it's just like too much of a threat to go unnoticed. Nick's assassin, like that.
Yeah, this is probably the Nick hero, so you can get all your puns out in the chat. So Grimstroke Nick's.
Nick assassin.
This Grimstroke pick.
10 seconds.
It's interesting. I mean, these are two good Inkswell targets, but it's definitely not like a Grimstroke ultimate game. There's no Juggernaut, so I wonder if Pot of Greed are gonna go for like another carry that pairs really well with Grim and Lane. There's the PL. I mean, I guess that makes Grimstroke a lot more valuable.
I mean, Greed right now, looking at their draft, like, they had this Grim there, and I was thinking maybe they pair, like, this NS with the Grim and have, like, a killing, but now that they've shown this Nyx Assassin, it's gonna be the 3 NS of 4 Nyx. And that just feels like a really bad lane into Disruptor PL.
Yeah, I like Pride picking the PL, just knowing, like PL's a weak laner, but if you're against Nyx Night Stalker, you're pretty much securing that Gambit's gonna get off to the jungle and get off, to a good start early. So
yeah, I mean PL's also pretty strong into Night Stalker. I think it's one of the more difficult matchups to play around if you don't have like the experience with it. You can be kind of like cheeky and go for like a really quick axe and like destroy the PL. Ooh, clinks.
okay.
Oh.
Hello.
Hey Rusty.
Rusty has joined us.
Hey, y'all.
Thank you.
Right, well, this is almost certainly a Talus Wind Ranger 4. So they're kind of lacking. I mean, I guess DP is a hero that gets gone on. But DP actually feels like really risky this game to have as your frontliner because Night Stalker and Clinks is a lot of physical damage. This Clinks pick is like pretty good. I don't think it pairs well with Grimstroke at all. Like it still makes the Grimstroke feel weird, but I think this Clinks hero is really good. Burning Barrage, it's like a true strike. It's like a spell damage thing, so you can kill Wind Rangers still. It's not great against PL historically, but with Burning Barrage and Gleipnir and stuff, you're still pretty good. So I don't know. This Clinks has to be answered, I think.
I think new Clinks is actually excellent against PL personally.
Yeah.
Like new Clinks is really good with the Burning Barrage and the Gleipnir.
I ranted about this in another cast I did, but people are always buying Gleipnir too early on Clinks, and you just don't do nothing.
I remember that the other day. Yeah.
I won't rant again, but I do like this hero a lot, and they don't really have a lot to get to it right now, and deal significant damage to his massive health pool. So
Definitely.
I like this pick for
Yeah,
Pot of Greed.
they need something tanky that initiates and doesn't mind being initiated on in the mid lane here. Or I guess technically they could put it as an offlaner too with the DP mid.
Oh,
but,
for Greed or for Pot of Pride, you mean?
Yeah. Because they really are lacking both those things.
Oh, what the heck?
Okay.
All that, I mean,
That's a weird one.
Is that a pause 3 Marcy then, and then a mid DP? Is that what we're looking at here?
I mean, it could be support DP with a mid wind. I'm not sure. I mean, Talus is the wind player, right? It's probably him, but now this has just thrown me for a loop. and I'm not sure it really solved the problem of their draft, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think like maybe they have the catch now, but I don't think Marcy wants to get gone on either. So like if Greed picks something that just bursts Death Prophet, then you're really just waiting on like PL to be tanky enough to get gone on, which will happen eventually, but like the game might be past it by that point. I'm not sure.
I just feel like this Clinks hero has to have something in the game to deal with it. Otherwise, it just like runs amok. Like I've seen it so many times where you have like your like Glepnir, your Chrysalis, your like Scotty, and then you have like 3,500 HP, and you're dealing like 200 damage right clicks on top of like crits and burning ground and stuff like that. I don't know how like Marcy stands up to it. It's not a hero that traditionally builds into armor items. Like you're generally going like BKB Basher, things like that. You rarely ever see an AC. It's going to be up to like the DP to get those, but DP also needs like a BKB against these heroes here, so that's going to come late in the game. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd love an initiator like a Storm or something. Okay, maybe Monkey King can do that kind of sort of thing. I feel like you just need someone to play with these supports at this point, because Clinks is such a farm-heavy hero in the early to mid. Man, they're reading it as Marcy mid, I guess, so we'll see. It's actually Milk Boxy, so...
DP mid.
DP mid Tree Marcy. The problem I see with Pot of Pride's draft, and you know, maybe they'll prove me wrong, but it just seems like their support duo is really low damage, and neither of them is like exceptional laners to make up for it. And the other two heroes, I don't know, it just seems like they're gonna have a hard time taking the mid-game fights with these heroes unless Pot of Greed kind of screws up their positioning. So
yeah, I think
I'm favoring
Clinks
Greed.
Hero that like there are ways to beat Clinks in lane, but like I don't think Marcy Win does it. Like you want to push the lane into him and then be able to dive him. Like Marcy, I mean, Marcy is a dive hero, but Wind Ranger just doesn't have damage to follow up. Like I think it probably was the game that you were casting the other night, because it was the Phoenix Palace series, where they ran like Wind Ranger Visage, and I said in chat, I was like, oh, like Visage should beat Spectre, but then they just had a Wind Ranger 4, so like you just have a hero that doesn't do anything next to a hero that wants to do something.
Clicking Spectre for about 15 damage.
Right, yeah, and it won't be as egregious here, but especially with the scaling from this MK, I don't know. I think Pot of Greed like scales pretty well against PL. Like I don't think this is an unkillable PL game by any means. And the Grimstroke too. That's like a really big factor, I think.
But hear me out here. The Marcy maxes E to give Wind Ranger attack damage, and then all your problems are solved. You see?
I mean, I actually do think, you know, Licky, you're obviously much more of an authority on this than me, but I feel like pretty much any Marcy I see these days is going something like 1-2-2 and then maxing the side.
Oh yeah, you max the psychic out. You end up maxing it after your ult at like level 8, and then you go generally for rebound now that it's your like stunning spell. But
yeah, the Q is kind of the 1 point wonder at this point.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how this hero keeps changing around. But, yeah.
The Q is like not that great anymore, but the E is, people have realized, is the most value thing to max out.
Yeah, it's just so much damage, so much lifesteal, and the cooldown. They buffed the duration, I think, again. Yeah. So now it has a little better uptime for like farming. There is a smoke up from. Oh god, both of the logos look the same. Greed over here. Okay, remember Pride is the yellow one and Greed is the green.
Greed is the OG, okay? Pot of Pride is the Pretenders.
True.
Instant D-Ward too. Nice play.
Yeah.
Nubs McGee, easy 1 hundo at the start of the game here.
Shout out to Blonde Garrett for that amazing prediction.
Marcy's ult did just get nerfed, so it no longer slows through BKB. And like all 3 of the Pot of Greed cores are like they're not BKB rushers in the case of Clinks, but like all 3 of them will have BKB. So like I actually don't think they deal with like the BKBs of Greed at all. Like if their heroes die in the duration of Greed's BKBs, it's gonna be a really rough time for them in fights.
I don't know. I'm just a bit thrown by this Marcy pick. Oh, they got some banner planting and high-fiving shenanigans in the mid here.
Snowstorm did
like
click.
They realize realized they needed kind of like a melee brawler hero to perhaps jump Clinks, but I just feel like I don't see much utility for this Marcy hero. Like the sidekick, you don't really have a great core to pair it with. DP Phantom Lancer, it's like very mediocre. You don't have the best supports to play with either. You're not really buffing up anyone with the rebound. That's like very scary with the movement speed or as a kill combo. So I'm not understanding this pick, to be honest. But maybe Tree will make it look stronger than we're predicting.
Yeah, I've seen some success with Marcy 3. This just doesn't seem like the perfect game for it. Like, you can go onto the Clinks or the NS for like the first 20 minutes, but if you're not like ahead of them in net worth, which you generally shouldn't be, it gets really, really difficult. And especially since how a lot of your spells work, the Nyx can end up chain stunning you. The silence is pretty brutal since your like base attack time isn't the greatest out of any offlaner out there. So,
Kiara, you've been a pot affiliate in the past, and you've also played with multiple people featured in this series.
Yeah, I think 4 of them in total, 5 of them in total.
So, who would you think has the upper edge based on roster alone?
I actually think both rosters are even. That might be a cop-out, but I mean, I think Scion and Talus are like 2 of the best supports in the league for sure. And obviously Gambit is Gambit. Needs no introduction, of course.
Yeah, you know, never made the playoffs in Challenger, but okay, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Well, actually,
watched up
people in this game. But I do think, I mean, Greco, you know, Greco has his ideas about the game. Like, I think this draft isn't like total vintage pot of greed, but like, we see the Night Stalker, we see the core Clinks, the core MK. I think Nick is a really good player. I mean, he's who I came into AD2L with. And I played a season with XCal too on Pot of Lust, and he's gotten like better and better every season. I mean, he made grand finals with IBAD, so I think both rosters are pretty even. I don't know the other 4 players as well, but I mean, I've seen Milk Boxy kind of like pop off in the Dota buff box scores all season. So
we gotta go on.
Oh, XCal, it's gonna get thrown back. Hit with the power shot as well.
Excellent dispose into the multitude of creeps there.
Yeah, it got a little too confident not being gone on for a while.
You gotta be careful when the creeps build up like that, otherwise opponents can take advantage if they're paying attention like Tree was there.
Yeah, I feel like that's Clink's like biggest weakness. He just gets a bunch of creeps next to him. He has no way to deal with it.
Yeah, this is game 1-ness.
I agree with you though. Both of these rosters looked very strong coming into Challenger, and I think them meeting up in this El Potico here was kind of inevitable. So
El Potico.
I'm excited to see it.
Licky
Big
called it
fan of
something
both
else
players.
that I have already forgotten. But
The
it was
pot off?
the pot off? Yeah, the pot off. You know, I like to reserve El Potico for you know, Lust versus Greed, which may or may not happen ever again, but obviously produced. I mean, there are 2 entries on the Spyroar, AD2L all times season 1. So that just goes to show anytime these pot teams meet, where like both teams know each other really well, like they played each other in the past, stuff like that. It just produces really, really interesting games. From the draft to like how these teams play.
We've had a lot of classic pod-on-pod matchups. I remember in Contender, the season that I won, no big deal. There was a great upper bracket match between Pot of Envy, the reigning champs, and Pot of Pride, the 1 seed that season, that Pot of Envy actually ended up winning.
Oh, I think I casted that one.
A lot of fun games.
Yeah, I think that was
drag back onto Grimstroke up top. The Burning Barrage is going to come up, but the damage actually doesn't do a whole lot to Tree. They're able to click down the Grim. Nice catch. Oh, looking over to bottom. Nick getting quite low on the Nick Assassin. Oh, Gambit goes over, hits onto the NS. Not able to complete the kill.
Yeah, nice body blocks from Kirk out there at the end.
Yeah, well played. Tree, he's making the most of his opportunities in this top lane and securing some kills for this lane, so well played.
Yeah, they're. I feel like the equilibrium has been absurdly in the favor of Pride here. Despite the fact that there is a Ghost Creep camp available there, I feel like Tree's been consistently farming in this very safe spot. Oh, Nick down bottom.
Again.
He's gonna get glimpsed further back, but will die before his body even reaches the point.
Now Cyan with the 2 points of Thunderstrike. Pumping some damage now. Oh, an Excal.
Excal again
Find
gonna go
another.
down. Jeez. They have the stun coming up on Grim, but his life looks like it's gonna be forfeit up here. Nubs probably gonna get clicked down. One more required. Who's gonna get it? Tree's gonna snag the kill.
Oh. Finally, poor Tree gets his first kill after he's making some clutch plays in this lane.
Hal's taking the pause vortex.
I think Kiara was right actually. This sidekick plus a Wind Ranger pairing is actually looking really nice so far.
Yeah, I mean,
believe that would make me completely wrong because I I thought it wouldn't work, but I mean, yeah, I don't know, it's looking good. I mean, Pot of Pride they come out, they pick 2 of like the best heroes of last patch that got nerfed and are not caring about the nerf at all, so they're just kind of owning.
yeah, I think it's like a strong pairing. They're also getting away a little bit with murder, literally, I think. But, I mean, I think their lanes are going way better than I think they ought to with this PL. Pretty much even with this Night Stalker in CS and XP. And, like, the top lane going way better. Like, Gambit is having way too good of a time down here, I think, for what's happening. And, I mean, they did pick the Nyx, which is kind of a god-awful laner, but, yeah.
Yeah, I think they got caught off guard by like the DP. Didn't consider it going mid because the MK pick like they just picked themselves into a bad matchup. So like he's doing okay, but MK mid, it like you really want to get off to a good start because you need to be able to like utilize like the vision from tree jump to like set up kills and like. And all that, especially with the hero like Clinks. Like Clinks just soaks up so much farm on the map for the first like 15 minutes of the game. At least like
Already in the triangle, by the way.
Yeah, like at least the proper way to play Clinks right now. So like you just like you have to be able to do things on MK, and it's like now we have to start asking the question of like, okay, who is MK actually going to set up kills on? Especially when Nyx is a hero that like takes some time to come online. Night Stalker only has like specific windows of the game that he can do things like, and Grimstroke doesn't set up anything.
Snowstorm gonna get caught up and went for the arcane rune. They actually have any catch. The shackle gonna be off the mark, not able to connect onto a tree or a hero.
This tower's about to go down though.
Grimstroke's gonna fall up top. Nice deny from Snowstorm. Can they get anyone here? Nick does have the carapace if needed. Down bottom, Scion's getting walked at by Greco, but Night Stalker I think is okay, unless a glimpse comes out, plus the kinetic field. They might be able to turn here with Gambit. What extra damage does he have? Scion might be the one to fall first. Greco, he's not going to commit to the kill, he's actually going to look to walk away here. You're going to get another Thunderstrike onto him. Oh, Gambit, will the final tick be enough? Oh my god, gets away on a sliver of HP right there.
He is in trouble though.
Gambit also going to get stunned out. Looks like they're not able to get any kills down here, but I mean, they're not dying, so not too bad at all.
Okay, well, Pot of Pride is off to a great start in the lanes. This is what happens when you enter the training chamber in the Smurfs against the Immortals. You end up learning and coming back stronger.
Shout out to
Anti-shout out to those clouds, oh my god.
There's 4 heroes from Greed down here. What do they want? I would love for Gambit... Oh, Gambit TP's top. Love it when carry players do this and don't feed under the tower. Truly excellent. Leave that for your pause 5.
Way to read the situation, honestly.
I will say it's poetic that like Breaking Ben's lore started with as Scion falls here. Breaking Ben's lore started with like, you know, the 3 of us plus others with the Explorer Grand Finals production, and like also ended with us casting you know, a game in
Oh,
their
that's
league
true.
the night of. So
Now, you all were actually casting inside the game. I was actually just chilling in lobby with Hungry Phoenix. Did you all think that his performance was sus at the time as well?
I thought it was based on like he was playing like the meta offlane Razor build, and I was like, you know, like, hey, props, an Explorer team playing the meta, fantastic. But with the nature of the fact that like they just picked this guy up off the street, I was like, well, maybe, but you know, like, I haven't seen any of the other games in this league. Like, I can't really compare, you know, quality to that level. But it's like if you had told me that game that he was a Smurf, I'd be like, yeah. But I wasn't gonna like say anything myself, you know.
Exactly. That makes sense.
I honestly don't remember enough to say, so I'm not gonna say.
All I remember is the guy was popping off with Timbersaw in a way that made me think he was like.
Yeah,
insane
Timber
shit.
saw the same thing. It was like, I'm like, this guy's playing Timber like, kind of like, you know, Omar would. Like that was like I'm pretty sure that was
Yeah.
like around like the, you know, the second major patch or the
For
whatever
sure.
it was.
Scion?
I was like, yeah, I mean, this is what a pretty high level offlaner would be doing. But
It kind of makes sense that he might have been, you know, tanking his lane or, you know, not full tryharding or being drunk or whatever. Because when I saw him, I was like, okay, if this guy's Smurf, I would think he's probably like actually maybe ancient player, not immortal. But clearly he was hiding his power level a little bit.
yeah.
He isn't revealing his true form just yet. There's been a bit of a standoff up here between Greed and Pride. A little will they, won't they. Lots of heroes kind of just hanging around, not really farming. I mean, I guess this would benefit the Monkey King Clinks lineup, as you see MK is also going for a Maelstrom. So Snowstorm is not looking to be ultra active just yet.
I think this favors Greed 100%. Their heroes farm faster,
A gift from the
are
Tempest of
decent
Battle.
matchups in the game, and come online a bit later, so
Yeah,
I think this
I think
favors
it's-
them the slow pace.
Yeah, as long as Pride are not actually taking buildings, they're okay with like. I think they're very okay in Pride.
Oh, Glimpse back onto Snowstorm, caught by Scion's quick fingers there. Good job from Milkboxy to keep the monkey from jumping away, but Gambit in the top lane. Is this life forfeit? Seems like they already have some vision down, so you shouldn't get caught out, I think.
Yeah, they don't have TPs to respawn. I think Milkboxy will have TP in 5, but
There is little hope for Radiant's middle tower.
Nick follows Gambit all the way to the tier 2.
Dire should look to their bottom tower.
Just to make sure he goes all the way back. I mean, this is looking also props to Gambit for surprisingly reading the situation and going all the way back instead of being greedy and going to the triangle. Glimpse sends someone away. Greco's gonna pop that ult there, gonna look for someone here. She's gonna just turn off the Grimstroke, obliterates him with just a couple punches there. Greco now has to back away from Milkboxy here. Can't get sucked too long. The dispo is back. Looking onto Greco right here. Do they have any more control? Can Palace get anything off? They're losing a little bit of the vision now. Snowstorm coming in. Gonna pop the Wukong's command. They've got the Glimpse going back though. Oh, the ult barely just stays up. Palace gonna get a shackle off onto the next assassin right here. Not gonna turn with the focus fire onto Greco. Do they have the damage there with the stun with the burning barrage? Excal's gonna get the kill. And as Dark Ascension's gonna run out. Looks like that should be the end of the engagement.
Well, Valve might have buffed the focus fire there, but that was a little bit of an ambitious turn from the Wind Ranger there. Honestly, well played from both Greco and Tree there, dancing on the edge of death, but surviving narrowly, both of them. Yeah, well played.
Yeah, that was a little close there for multiple heroes, but they worked it out.
Dire should look
I'm looking
to
at some
their
hero
top
builds
tower.
here, and I'd like to hear some input, but first we've got this DP going for very quick bots and currently sitting on 2k gold. What do you expect from Milkboxy out here with this build?
It's tricky because Pot of Greed are both building like Maelstroms on their cores, but they still have a lot of physical damage. I don't know. With the nerfs, it's like really hard to
Dire's
tell
top
now
tower is
because like
under attack.
in a game like this, I'd probably want like BKB
Oh,
Shield.
Talus? Ooh, Nick misses the stun.
Look to their top tower.
I like that
Unfortunate.
Milvoxy's going for a Kaya. I think when you're mid DP, you need an item that will accelerate your farm. I think Yule's
Yeah, I
is the
think Kaya.
bait usually, but Kaya's is really nice. Or if you just rush
Tower
Octarine,
is under attack.
that can be an option too.
Oh.
The Octarine rush feels really good on both Paz 2 and 3 Death Prophet.
True.
Do you see the Kaya building into like a Kaya Sanj or something like that?
I think you can.
Yeah, I think so.
This game maybe not so much because there's not. I mean, there is a lot of stun, but a lot of the things also aren't status resistance like affected, like Night Stalker W or whatever. Maybe like I think it's probably Kaya. He does have the Kaya right now. I like the idea
additional
of Kaya.
HP. Additional HP and heal from Sanj.
Stunning about to Milkboxy right here. Snowstorm actually still has no Jingu. They're gonna get the Sans up with the Goat down. Oh, great pulling back onto Nick here. No follow-up stun available, but Greco now going for the backlines. Can he get onto the right now? The Thunderstrike onto the Night Stalker, giving full vision of his path through the trees. Gonna pig up, look to fly over Roche. Unlucky,
No
or
bash.
lucky rather, that there's no bash.
When pigs fly.
Oh, that was a good one.
Tree
Even Tree
appreciates.
thought
I honestly thought they would just go into Roach, but I guess it's a little risky with Dark Ascension still being up. But they will smoke up, maybe look for something. Tree immediately breaks the smoke as I say that. Thanks, Tree. But Milkboxy's still maybe looking for something, maybe looking to farm. I guess they're kind of chill until they feel like Gambit's ready to fight. Which he does have the Diffusal picked up, but going for that Scotty next.
Both teams are doing a really good job of like disengaging. Like Greed disengaging from the Exo, Pride disengaging from like the Glimpse and stuff like that. So I think it's gonna be up to like Night Stalker BKB is gonna be maybe 5-6 minutes. I think that's gonna be like a big time for Greed, just being able to go in and not get glimpsed immediately.
Dire should look to their top
Because like
tower.
Wind Ranger is still level 7 and Disruptor is level 8. And I mean Disruptor is gonna have a Force Staff and like Wind Ranger is working on one. But these two heroes are just food if Night Stalker has like actual damage. And it's really easy to follow up to if you just have the Nyx nearby, so it's like I think they're just waiting for that. And Pride are kinda on a timer in terms of like their exorcisms, like they may have 1 or 2 more exorcisms before that's the case.
Silent. Silent stuff. Nick's there to get the kill, potentially. Yes, they've got it with Greco. It's a nice little snack for nighttime.
Definitely a nice pickup.
Sometimes you just wander near the enemy high ground, it happens, you get a little lost. He'll spend his 20 seconds on the sideline, pondering, looking for his map, got in the glove compartment somewhere, or, pulling up the Apple Maps.
Speaking of BKB, Tree has completed the first BKB of the game on Marcy. 3-0-4.
This Marcy's really strong right now.
Yeah.
Like, this hero will hit hard, and with BKB has no fears in these fights at all right now. Like, Clinks is not a right-click threat yet, Monkey King is definitely not a right-click threat, especially with Maelstrom. Like, this man is, ready for action.
Do not look at the Clink's inventory for another 5 to 7 minutes for your own sake.
Oh, man. Come on. Why'd you point it out? Against PL, I understand the argument, but you're so squishy. Like, you're still relatively squishy, or at least not ready to contribute to fights. And you're just delaying BKB, Scotty, Dragonlance, these other items that really help you, so...
Yeah,
Scotty's so good this game too against DP.
I would say if Clinks maybe had like a better game. I don't know, XCal did have to go jungle at like level 4, which is rough. Oh, they're gonna jump in. Tree's actually gonna go. Punches, and Clinks is dead with the Static Storm for insurance. Greco gonna pop the ult here, Dark Ascension. Going with the Inkswell. What can he find? What can he catch here? Oh, there it is. The vision coming into play with that warp there. Pushing him back. Snowstorm's gonna hop around, maybe in a little bit of a wrong direction, perhaps intentional. Greco now gonna go for the sounds off the Milkboxy, but do they actually want to commit here? It seems a little difficult.
gonna be daytime when this wears off too. Oh,
Now
that
Nick,
feels
great
bad.
stun plus the silence off of the Milk Boxy right here for the Glimpse back onto Grimstroke. Scion with the max level for Glimpse. Able to get them another kill, and now the Gale Force, another pushback spell. Oh, the Carapace did not actually connect for anything there. Tree though, can he go forward? He needs a rebound
Nice
target,
double stun.
but wasn't on cooldown.
Is under attack.
A bit unfortunate there. The power shot actually missed, so the Carapace did not stun the Wind Ranger.
Yeah.
Probably wasn't much turn potential there, but it could have been a large amount of damage reflected at a minimum.
A tactical miss from Talus there.
Right, of course, just the way he lined it up.
Oh, Scion. Looks like he's gonna get cleaned up by these two cores down here. Not much you can do.
Unfortunate. I think Disruptor isn't the best hero to defend that tower, if I'm being honest.
I think he maybe wanted to go for like the cheeky deny or something like that, but oh, Gale Force going back. They're gonna get the Carapace down to 3 heroes, but Nick is still very much dead.
Unfortunate. Here you are, PL hitting towers at 21 minutes, so game's going pretty well for Pot of Pride.
Yeah, they have no EXO, just DD on this DP plus the PL Agi clicks. Snowstorm. Stun comes out, but not a whole lot you can do.
This sustains, gold remains.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
We'll have BKB and Monkey King about 1,000 gold.
Mere coin?
Spear Vessel's probably a pipe dream for the next.
Oof. That one's, yeah, way down the road.
Soccer either. I mean, I like Greed's draft in the sense that they have like this huge vision advantage, but they're missing like damage on the Clinks right now, and I think the Grimstroke hero like doesn't do anything. So like, because like MK, Night Stalker, and Nyx are like 3 of the very best vision heroes in the game. Like, oh my
Oh,
god.
smoke breaks onto smoke right here. They're gonna get the Inkswell up at the 3. Can actually get the stun off coming in time.
Oh,
Sion's
no,
able to pop the
here.
ult just in time, but they're gonna turn off into Falcon. The Windrunner is gonna go down. Trees pop the BKB. The Link though pops onto both the DP. Oh, but the slows onto Greco right here. He's gonna turn into a pig. Try and get away in time, but the rebound gets the stun off onto him. Does the damage from the stuff do enough? It does. Nick gets a 3-man stun off, but isn't able to do a whole lot more. The Crypt Swarm able to finish him off. The Tree in the backlines falls to Exhale, giving away quite a bit of a streak. Ooh, Snowstorm able to hop away just in time over those trees, but Milk Boxy now gonna pop the ult. Looking to claim this tower and then maybe go back for Roche, I think?
The Rusty haters are vindicated with that Gleipnir pick up there, but
Oh,
ultimately
Milk
still
Boxy.
3 for 3.
Well, Snowstorm, does he have a stun available? He doesn't. He's gonna get Glimpse back as well.
You know, going back to what we were talking about before that fight broke out, I think Greed sort of, Pot of Greed misread the situation with the draft a little bit. I think they thought it was going to be a Marcy mid, and I just think the Monkey King wasn't the right hero to run around with these supports and try to get kills during nighttime.
Yeah. I mean, it's looked okay in these fights when they can actually like that fight worked really well for Greed because they caught each other out in the river, and then like they got a great Gleipnir, and then like MK's able to like get an ult off, and like Night Stalker, you know, they're able to like create some kills or whatever. But like MK ult by itself does not do anything. Like you have like DP who runs around at haste, PL who like just can't get locked down, like Marcy who's jumping around all over the place, Wind Rangers run around. Like the only hero you can ever catch out is Disruptor. So like MK does not like help you catch heroes more than that. I mean, maybe there's some stuff with like the new shard later on, like, but they really just need items on Nyx and Grimstroke, I think, to like be able to have CC in fights. Otherwise, it's just going to be like DP pops EXO, and then how do we like keep the DP from taking our buildings? But a DD on Clinks might do it.
Yeah, Excal with the Gleipnir here and a potential other stun. They might be able to get a kill into Milk Boxy. The stun's gonna come out with the BKB just in time. The stun might have been off the mark, but Milk Boxy not taking any chances. This could be a moment for them to fight if they have a smoke. They're gonna pop it. Yeah, they have the ult available from Greco. no Vendetta, but I think the
Oh, a
Dark
3
Ascension...
hero stun from the neutral creep.
Oh, they're gonna get the stun. Oh my, that's not exactly correct. Talus there, the stun coming out. Oh, 3 the backline's able to cap into both the supports right there. Excal has the DD, still gonna turn off onto this Marcy, but they've lost Scion here to dispose back. Excal broken apart by Tree in the backlines. Now turning off to the Monkey King here, looking to man fight up. Meanwhile, it looks like Greco was chasing someone down. Can he get one more? He does. Nubs also to follow. Tree in the backline is just carrying this fight solo. But now they're going to turn off onto Milkboxy. No BKB available. Gonna get the silence, but the Exo now goes with the Spirit Attack into stun from Talus off the mark. I think that might have been a buyback coming out from the Wind Ranger here. Now looking to go forward. Nice stun coming out from Nick here, but he's going to die to the Spirits regardless. Snowstorm though looking for a turn, able to get it, able to claim the DP. Gambit nowhere to be seen, pushing bottom, so it looks like Greed will just actually take this engagement.
You know,
Classic Gambit. No intention of showing up to that fight whatsoever.
yeah, I feel like Gambit was in that fight, honestly. You know, like he knew that it was just like a disaster. Like people were missing spells left and right. DP had no BKB, and like they were still fighting. Like Tree did a great job, got the triple kill, but like it seemed like that fight should have ended like 30 seconds before it did, and then like 4 more heroes died at the end because it went longer. So.
Yeah, this Marcy was 1v3ing for a brief moment there, but you know, eventually the Nyx buyback and everything was a bit too much to handle for a mere solo Marcy. I think we're seeing that Radiant supports are just a little squishy if they get jumped, if they get hit by this Gleipnir, if they're a little out of position, it's they kind of just die instantly. So if their spells aren't put to good use during their brief lifespan, the fight can definitely turn in Dire's favor.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Greco did a good job that fight too, of like jumping on the supports and kind of forcing them away, or at least Talus. Like I think Talus like ran all the way back to the tier 1, just because of that.
So it's actually going to be Monkey going for the Scotty. Oh, we see another kill on a Scion, unfortunate. Instead of Clinks. I mean, Clinks could obviously still go back for it too, but...
Milkboxy on the run here. They're able to get one. BKB is coming out from both heroes right here, but on the Wukong's command, the ult Dark Ascension is available now. The stun coming up on the 3 here. It's going to pop the BKB with the Basher, fighting into Snowstorm right here. Does he have the damage to break through this Monkey King? He almost does. Oh, the stun! It doesn't come out in time. He actually still has the BKB, but Nick able to turn with that fight. Carapace now turning. SL trying to see if he has the damage. Has to turn Invis to get away here. Looks like they got a little overconfident after winning that last fight. And yeah, Gambit was also here, so that does make a bit of a difference.
They got like a good jump on the DP, but then they didn't like commit one way or another. Like I think Night Stalker was running at DP.
Yeah, you know, who knew you're having your free farm PL actually show up to the fight results in good things.
How did Excal die there?
Oh, Talus clipped him with a dust and then shackled him on the other side there.
Yeah.
I was watching Milkboxy take mid and I was so confused.
Yeah, he also
basically
cleared the wave, but he cleared.
They saw Excal running away and then he lingered a bit and then they got him with the dust.
Impressive, impressive.
Gambit's big. Going for Satanic, I don't know about this one. I'm not sure the utility of Satanic versus Scotty this game. Or versus Heart, I mean.
I mean, I feel like you don't necessarily need the Heart. I feel like Satanic and Scotty feel a similar kind of set here in terms of like what they offer. There's nothing like immense that I would say has to be like dispelled. It's obviously like a fine item, but I feel like you could go for something a little greedier. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean these fights are lasting pretty long. Satanic's like good for that, but I mean Heart is like better for that, so
like I wouldn't even be like mad with the Basher. I don't know. So I feel like the BKBs are kind of like the supposed strong timing for Greed, and if that's not there, then what do? Like we've already seen Tree's Basher put in work against the Monkey King. Obviously, immense damage coming out from Unleash as well, but
There's just so much heal from Pride. Like,
Gale Force. Still got the Pig Pole and Night Stalker here. Are there better neutral items? There most definitely are.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Actually,
Kirko's
quite a
just
few.
going for the joke now the whole game.
Here the pigs can fly, nice.
He picked up the quickening charm actually, probably the right move.
Yeah. Oh, they're gonna get a tree. What are you looking for over here? The Dispose is gonna go back onto Greco right here. The Bash coming out with the Unleash. Can they get anything more here? Tree, the BKB has run out, so maybe has to back away. The Glimpse not actually gonna force Snowstorm onto the ult, but the ult is a little misplaced now. Gale Force gonna push some heroes around, push them actually a little further away. Greco looking for an engage on the back, but there is a ward down. He doesn't have a BKB of his own here. The Sun coming out off onto the PL right here. Snowstorm popping the BKB, has no Wukong's command though. XL as well, Burning Barrage, spent and used. Milkboxy has no ult, so the Exorcism is not available. I think Pride are more than happy to just take a chill blow until this Dark Ascension is done. They have a sentry on the ground as well, so Nick is not going to be able to engage. Oh, the Static Storm pulling the Nyx Assassin back. Scion, again, getting a catch off. Can they actually kill this Nyx, though? They haven't committed their lead, though. Milkboxy with the Crypt Swarm and the tip to complete the kill, and it looks like Pride's got everything they wanted here. Scion sends himself to the high ground, TP's away, still TPing away. There we go.
That was a really good Gale Force, actually. Underrated aspect of that fight, but just kept them off the team just a little bit and let them get to a better position in that fight. Well done.
Yeah. They have these like skill
Oh,
shots.
Lepnir, slow, stun, tree going in though. Gonna get the Dispose back onto Snowstorm right here. There's no BKB available, but the Aegis is still there for this Marcy. Going full carry mode, gonna turn off onto Snowstorm here. Able to connect the kill for the team, but now Excal in trouble. Silence up, getting run down by the PL. Great stun from Nick to maybe bring it back a little bit, but no. It's still not enough to keep the Clinks alive. Excel's gonna fall. Milkboxy in the backlines takes out Nick here. Gets revenge on the Snake's Assassin. Now Snowstorm brought back into the game, I think. But this monkey, he's gonna go straight back to the grave. That's an express trip back to the fountain. Greco still being run down as well by Milkboxy right here. Straight back to the fountain, feared away into his own well. A honk indeed. It's looking grim for Greed here.
Oh, that was such a great rebound forward to start that fight. Knowing he had Aegis, didn't need the BKB on the first life.
Oh,
and
another
just
one.
manned up
The
on
Dispose
him.
back, but Silence off onto the Night Stalker. Greco here thought he was safe under his own Gear Force, but he isn't. Caught in the Static Storm. Oh. Pride showing up in
Everyone said,
style.
just call it already.
He's gonna
And I
buy
think that should be
back.
the motto here.
A lot of tips onto
This one's
Greco.
over.
Inkswell, but Nick, you are very much under a Sentry Ward, my friend. It's going to be a difficult engage here. They're going to lose the second lane of Rax, and now the stun coming up with the Carapace actually doesn't connect just yet. The silence comes off into Nick's Assassin. It looks like Nick is going to be going down, and Assassin no more. What do they want to do here? They have a Deso complete on Clink, so I'm not sure if that's the optimal build, but I don't think...
Desto.
You're too kind.
That takes me back to like 2015, just learning Dota. I would just pick Clinks, take some towers, split push. No one knew how to deal with split push back then. My goodness, those are the build days. Bring that Clinks back.
Yeah, when you could strafe.
The old, like,
Yeah,
X Clinks.
Great
that-
for Desto, like.
Any boomers out here remember to strafe? That
It
had
w-
like 3 different versions before they gave him this burning barrage thing.
Remember when it, like, dodged projectiles? Like, at
Yes.
one point? That was kind of wild.
Clinks was a
Alice
sick
going
range hero
balls to
counter.
the walls in with the Gale Force, but looks like they're just gonna wait out the Soulbind, re-engage. Not a whole lot to be scared of on Pride here. They do have everything but Soulbind and Night Stalker ult available. Looks like all BKBs are up for the heroes that have them. Milkboxy gonna tank a little bit of damage there, but Gambit ignores the Nyx Assassin, goes straight for the tower, has no pairs. The Glimpse back again. Scion able to get these captains free though, going in, able to kill Nick. He's gone. The Abyssal
the
Blade
Abyssal.
getting revealed onto the monkey right here. Snowstorm's gonna pop his BKB, but that does not save you from the physical damage, not at all. Tree, another bash off onto Greco right here. He pops the BKB, but again, to no avail. The physical damage is too much. Maybe too much for Tree as well. He's gonna get caught into the Gear Force a little too overexcited to kill heroes for free down here, but the silence comes off onto Excal. Flat Ice as well, all around onto both the Nyx Assassin and the Marcy. Nick though, oh my god, again there's detection down, always the Carapace stuns back onto Scion, but Mega Creeps have been claimed for Pride here. And another kill claimed for Milkboxy, and it's looking over.
There it
Greco's gonna
is.
call it. X-Scout hoping for a kill onto Gambit, but not gonna happen. The glimpse back into the Stag Storm. One final glimpse. Can they get the kill before the Throning explodes? They can't, but it doesn't matter because they've got the game.
Wow, well played, clean game from Pot of Pride there.
Yeah, very, very clean. I mean, you know, at least I had my doubts about the draft, but they executed it perfectly. So much sustain with the DP, the Marcy. Gambit just, you know, Gambit doing Gambit things, like just farming, and it was kind of like one carry was like playing from behind from the word go. The other was just like allowed to farm the entire game, and like even as they took fights, it like just extrapolated out more and more, and like Gambit was just farming and farming, like 5-0 and 14, and like I mean almost 300 CS. Like this is a very, very solid carry performance for Gambit. Just, you know, classic stuff.
Gotta give the MVP to this Marcy. Great laning phase and absolute Giga Chad throughout the game, manning up. Even in the Wukong ring, just manning up, punching people in the face. That 1v3 by the Dire outpost. Great performance from Tree. Want to give a shout out there. But the whole team played super solid.
Absolutely. I mean, I think Tree honestly overperformed a little bit. Like, Tree, give him a little bit of a break. Like, you're sister organization here. Like, chill. But it was really strong. I mean,
Beatdown.
I think Greco obviously didn't have the start that he wanted, but the fact that these supports, which I think Key and I were talking about a little bit, are generally like Night Stalker food, ended the game with surprisingly little deaths. Like, I mean, like 6 deaths is still like comparatively to everyone else on the team is a lot, but Sion kind of got away scot-free in this game for the heroes that are on the enemy team, and that's partially because of like Pride's like play together as a unit, and then also like Greed just getting a little too, well, greedy with their draft. I mean, I have to say it, but yeah.
But I do think in hindsight, you know, we were saying Pot of Pride side lanes don't look, you know, super strong, especially the supports. But really, in hindsight, it was Greed who had even weaker side lanes. You have a Nyx Night Stalker in the off lane, and then a Clink's Grim in the other lane. Clink's obviously pretty weak laner, and Grim just a hero that doesn't make a lot of sense with him as a pairing. So yeah, it kind of felt over around 10 minutes in, to be honest.
They picked the Grimstroke at 7, and then like Juggernaut got banned, and it kind of felt like they just didn't have a second option after the Juggernaut, and then they also didn't pick any like Grim ult heroes, so they kind of just had a hero that does nothing.
Yeah, Greed had like a very nice opener, but then kind of went a little elsewhere.
Like, I would have been fine if they even picked like Ricky. Like, I don't think Ricky's a good carry at all, but like at least do like the Grimstroke combo lane, right? You know, that way you can just all in on like killing Sion or whatever.
Mhm.
But, like, Clinkz is a great hero, but it does not pair with Grimstroke. You know, like, I don't know.
I mean, was Ursa banned?
I don't think so. I think it was.
I don't believe so.
I feel like that would have been a really good option for them. I think Bloodseeker's not a bad option against the lineup of Radiant. I don't remember every single ban, so apologies if some of these were actually not available. Honestly, another option would have been, okay, we should just send Monkey King with Grim and put Clinkz mid. It's not the most ideal, but
yeah, I think so.
I think it would have at the very least put them off to a better start and had pairings that at least made a little more sense.
Yeah, especially after seeing like the DP mid, or at least the DP on Milkboxy, I think you make that change for sure. Because then you get like the melee versus melee matchup. Like that's why you pick MK, right? Like that's the only reason you pick MK mid, is to get like some melee versus melee, like run you down with Chinku matchup, and they just like didn't utilize it. I think Clinkz is like, I don't think Clinkz is like a terrible mid. I mean, he does have wave clear, and like there's no small camp anymore either. So now you can just focus all your mana on like burning barraging the wave. And like there's no way, like DP can't cancel it either. So you're gonna get all your. I mean, I guess she can if she skills silence, but like I don't know. Something for the drawing board for Greed in game 2.
I think they just need stronger lanes. And honestly, Monkey King is a safe lane hero or pause forward. I think the Dave's a mid monkey, even in a favorable matchup like Ember or some other kind of melee mid. It just doesn't feel like the type of hero that you need this meta. I just think he's a bit greedy, and
I
doesn't.
think he's a better offlaner than he is a mid. Because like at least
Yeah, exactly.
At least then you're dumpstering like a hero that may struggle to come back. Like mid laners just don't get dumpstered that much anymore because there's so much regen in the lane. Now there's the flag barrier too, so it's like, I don't know. It's just a short lane. Like MK likes to play long lanes, like with Jingu. Like that's his whole thing.
Yeah, I think that's a relic of the pre water rune, pre small camp. Now, obviously, no small camp, but days where dominating the mid was even more of an emphasis, and now it's kind of, well, whatever. Everyone just buys bottle, grabs a water rune, gets a support to come refill the bottle, and no cares.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if Greed can make the necessary changes here for game number 2 to maybe even out this series, get on the same level as their sister organization. But we're going to take a sister team, and we're going to take a little short break and then be back with game number 2 of Pot of Greed versus Pot of Pride. All right, everyone, we're back with game number 2 of the Pot of El Potico, I believe, of Pot of Greed versus Pot of Pride. Once again, joined by Key and Connor here to bring you all wonderful game number 2. And I mean, we've already seen some changes here. Looks like Greed has taken some time, learned a little from game 1. Thoughts on these bans? I mean, I think I know what you're going to say for the Marcy at least.
Well, game 1 was 2 respect bans to the Pot of Pride supports, Oracle and Mirana. And now Pride's gonna get what they want in terms of supports, but yeah, those 2 heroes are top of meta. I mean, they got nerfed a little bit, but clearly not enough to matter for this series. And Pride keeping their 2 bans. Really, again, these are focus bans of Nick, so it'll be interesting to see what Pot of Greed kind of scheme up for him. We also saw like the Tusk banned in second phase 2 for him, so
Oracle.
there's the Scion Oracle. I mean,
You know, respectfully, of course, the hero player combinations are certainly good, but I don't think Oracle and Mirana are that strong that you need to worry about banning them. I think these are much more in line with strong heroes that also fit their team. You know, you'll deal with the Scion Oracle this game. It is definitely good. It's definitely annoying to play against, but at least it's early enough that you'll be able to brainstorm some solutions to it.
yeah, you know, I love Scion. I think he's an amazing player. And I think, you know, Scion himself will pride himself at like the bans he receives. And I think I even told him at one point, I was like, dude, you play like 7 heroes really well. Like, it is impossible for a team to ban you out. Like, you know, Scion will get something. Like, if it's not the Oracle, it's the AA, or the Bane, or the Coddle, or the Destructor. Like, you know, and those are just like his comforts. That's not even like meta heroes he can play like Undying. So definitely.
Oh no, just blame Ursa, guys! Come on, not this. I mean, this is
You're gonna
fine,
get
but...
buffed.
I mean, this is
For
fine. It's
rebases.
also an answer to Jug, but to me, if a team's gonna pick Jug like in second pick like this in the first phase, giving you a response to it in a natural position to pick the carry, I think you should just slam Ursa, to be honest.
Yeah, I think this would have been a good Ursa game. I don't know. I mean, it feels like Pot of Greed read the patch notes. Or, like, they both read the patch notes, clearly. But, like, it feels like Pot of Greed read the patch notes, and they're like, alright, we're going to try a bunch of, like, not new things, because Axe is obviously classic Pot of Greed. But, like, they're like, oh, this hero got buffed, we're going to pick it. And Pot of Pride were like, we're just going to, like, you know, we're just going to pick, like, the same thing that we're really good at. So we'll kind of see, like, which of those two actually... I feel like Enigma, by the way, that hero has to be dead. I know every other hero, like, you know, I know DP and Marcy were played last game, and, like, they looked good. There is no way that Enigma hero that, like, Refresher is barely even an item anymore. Like, there's no way. Like, there's no way that hero's good anymore. So, really weird to see it again. But same exact bans from Pot of Pride. I mean, this is like a classic Gambit draft, you know? It's just, like, he sets it up, and it's just, like, and he's ready to knock it down, you know? Like, he is daring Greco to do something different.
10 seconds.
Centaur.
5.
These are all offline bans. You know, I mean, obviously the DP's a flex, but I wonder if
No.
They're just hard targeting Tree now after that last game.
Sorry, I'm here with my mom. She's printing something out. Mom, which draft do you prefer so far? Crystal Maiden and Axe, or Oracle and Juggernaut?
Juggernaut is one of my favorites.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
You can tell my
Juggernaut.
mom has been watching PSGS and Ben
Yeah.
games.
Yeah, that's a
she loves
Jamokin moment
Juggernaut.
right there.
Well, that is the best parental contribution to a amateur Dota match since Vandal's dad in the PSGS Invitational.
Don't remind me of
Oh my
Vandal's dad.
god. Oh lord.
Worst,
Does anyone
worst
have the
Faceless
clips of
Void
that?
player ever.
I need the clips of that. I need to make myself happy again in life. That's just too much.
If
It
you
just
have
brings me
Vandal's
so
dad
much
clips,
joy.
please drop them in chat ASAP.
Oh my god. Inject that straight into my veins.
Oh my god. Even the best Crusader in the world of Ozone can't carry Vandal's dad, unfortunately. Oh, cool Rubik pickup here. This is interesting. You know, one of Talus's best heroes, of course. And
Yeah.
honestly,
10
looking
seconds.
pretty nice here. If you can lift up Axe or cancel Maiden ult, grab,
5
steal the Maiden ult
seconds
potentially. A lot of interesting spells you can steal here too.
Yeah, I feel like one of my biggest crimes as drafter of Potter Raph when I was drafting for these two supports was not picking this support duo for them enough. Because I think we ran it maybe once or twice and won won both games with it. But I mean, this is like one of Sion's best heroes and one of Talus's best heroes. So
Radiant's turn
yeah,
to
I mean Rubik again, you know, the lift save for call. I mean Clockwork's a hero that is countered by Rubik. So I mean this is almost certainly Nick's hero. But yeah, I mean I don't know. This is a pretty good
10
Rubik game for
seconds
sure.
remain.
I do like the CM aura with these two heroes. Like it does look like they're pairing their five a lot
Phantom
better. There's the
assassin.
PA.
Whoa
Okay.
there.
That is not an
Interesting.
Ursa.
But it is
That
a
is a
nice
hero-
matchup against Jug for sure.
Yeah, and that's a hero that murders those two supports as well.
It will indeed delete them both from the game of Dota 2.
And it does it a lot more reliably than Clank too. Like you don't need like a Glipner, you just need damage. Like
5
And
seconds
honestly, I feel like
remaining.
Jug, he's a hero with not a lot of weaknesses. He's a very well-rounded, you know, jack of all trades type of carry. But his one weakness is if you don't go Battle Fury, you really do not farm that quickly, and you can fall behind, especially in bad matchups. Heroes that buy farming items like a PA or an Ursa with a Battle Fury. So I do like this hero. It did get some decent buffs in the patch that came out today.
It
So
is Radiant's ban.
whoa wee.
ooh, okay. I heard by the
that's
way that
interesting.
this hero got like there's a bug. I'm not sure if it was fixed, but
Radiant's
like it
turn
got some
to
small
ban.
nerfs, but apparently they nerfed like the wrong
Radiant's
number.
turn to ban.
I honestly don't know how
In
hero
the C
works,
patch
but
or
yeah, but I heard like the nerf was actually bugged, so it's like I think like it's supposed to be like nerfing the bonus damage, but instead like they wrote it in wrong. I don't know if it was fixed or not.
oh
but,
you're talking about the
remember.
uproar change where like the passive damage something happened to it. It got
Something like that. Yeah.
It did get nerfed a bit.
yeah.
Radiant's turn to pick.
It got slightly
Passive
nerfed at the
bonus
last.
damage. Does this guy have passive bonus damage?
So every time you get like hit,
Let me see.
you get like passive.
Oh,
and
they're
then you can
saying-
activate it
okay.
for more damage. So like if you have like 5 stacks on you and you haven't like clicked the button yet, you still get damage off of it. But then if you click it, then you get more damage and the slow in the radius or whatever. When it does the
Okay,
roll.
I understand. I am a Primal Beast player. Okay, I say that I have 7 games. I've played around with this hero on this patch and have liked it, and I've had decent success with it. So I wasn't. I was confused by the wording of Valve's patch notes, but I do understand
Oh, that's typical. Yeah.
how the hero works. You know.
I think
Interesting.
Yeah, so I guess there's this one Reddit thread. I'll link it in this Discord. But I don't know if it's the tooltip is bugged or like who knows with Valve. But apparently they were supposed to just nerf the base damage, but apparently they changed the damage per stack instead. And like
Ooh.
I see.
I think that's a lot worse. I'm not sure.
What was
Again,
the
I don't know if it was
previous
fixed,
damage for
but-
stack? Check out.
Unclear if it's a tooltip nerf or a
It was
actual
and-
problem.
It was 10, 20, 30, 40, and now it's 6, 12, 18, 24. If it's the like tooltip. So that's like
true, that's a
16 less
huge
damage
nerf.
per stack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a huge nerf if that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
and
my
the
gosh.
the wiki got updated to reflect it as well. So that's yeah. That's terrible.
Guys, the janitor's on it, okay? It'll be fixed in 3 business days. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Actually, Shadow nerf aside, I don't think this is a great primal game. I feel like that's a hero that thrives off snowballing in the lane. PA can leap away from him. Crystal Maiden can provide a lot of disengage from him as well with the root and the slow. And, with Rubik, it's not exactly like a scary pairing.
I
So.
love this.
that's a snowstorm hero for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
yeah, it is.
that
It's a
snowstorm.
throwback Snowstorm hero.
Yeah,
Great
been a
pairing
while
with
since
PA
I've seen
as well,
that.
obviously.
I like this pick a lot. Just got buffed. Amazing pairing with PA.
10 seconds.
Snowstorm hero.
It's a BKB piercing disable. It's another thing to mess around with Primal Beast trying to channel. It's a pretty stable lane. Like, it won't lose a lot of matchups, but it probably will lose this matchup, to be fair.
I mean, you do have skewer, so you can get away from.
Or
I actually don't think this is that bad of a match. Yeah, I don't think this is that bad of a matchup either. You can skewer him under tower.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, it's kind of like Quap, where I mean, like if you mess up with skewer, or mess up with blink, yeah. But Batrider got nerfed too. I don't think this is like that good of a Batrider game.
Well, I think Pot Agree did address some of their problems in the first game. They picked probably the strongest laning pos 5 with Maiden, or at least one of the S tier ones. And then they made sure they had a nice matchup bottom 2, Axe versus Jug, being able to spin Jug through Magic Immunity and all that jazz. So I like it. That being said, Pot of Pride, they have a nice well-rounded draft too, and they kind of look like a bit of an outclass game 1. So I think I'm going to toss my prediction coin for Pot of Pride 2-0 on this one.
Speed of prediction points.
I would also toss my coin towards Pot of Pride, just because, Scion Oracle, Talus Rubik. But I think if Pot agreed win, I think this Magnus pick is fantastic. I just want to say. I think Greed's draft is really good this time around.
Yeah, I definitely favor the choices they've made this time around. I'm not super convinced on the Primal Beast. I think, like Rusty said, this is not my favorite Primal Beast game I've ever seen. It's pretty rough to see him early on. Frostbite, actually just kind of clowns on you. I'm curious to see how well they do in this lane, because I think they also did a lot better in a lane that maybe they shouldn't have last game as well. So I don't think I'm going to count Tree out at all. But this is the right balance of Greed, I think, in the draft for Greed. They've got this Snowstorm Mag, which I think is going to be farming potential buff for the PA as well, which Persona, I've never seen it before in game, so I've never seen anyone use it, so that's kind of cool. But
yeah.
And hopefully Greco can have a much better start to actually facilitate plays with the supports here, because now I think Nick has a better game for getting stuff started, because it was difficult to mix. They weren't getting much done with the Vendetta, but now they've got the hook plus the eventual blink on the axe. This is it for Greed to win here, but we'll see.
Sorry. Purple Pansy pointed out in chat, and Orion as well kind of alluded to it. Pot of Greed did not watch the True Sight. They don't recall that Rubik is the Magnus counter.
That is true. The 3 Lincolns is collapsed.
The 3. You need 3 Lincolns. Honestly, though, the mid Magnus is more about power farming and hitting strong, not only Blink Dagger timing, but probably go for the Echo Saber and some fighting items like BKB early. Much less so about cheesing with Skewer and Horn Toss. So I don't think it's as big a deal, and you will hit BKB early, which is the biggest another thing from the True Sight. Collapse wishing that he had just gone for the BKB instead of the classic Lincolns that became so famous for that. I do think the mid Magnus isn't really as big of a deal to deal with Rubik.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, to me, as long as Magnus is pressing in power on PA, it's almost like I'd be more scared of Rubik stealing in power and giving it to Jug than I am Rubik stealing RP, because Rubik just dies so easily this game. Unless you catch the PA in the RP that you steal, you're gonna die anyways. You need it's as a support, right? I mean, like you're either gonna be buying like Blink and like Aether. Like I feel like when I'm playing Rubik, like when I have to itemize like Ghost Scepter, Glimmer Cape, Force Staff, it just feels so depressing because like I want to buy Blink Aether, I want to buy like Aghanims, I want to buy like, and he just cannot do that this game. Like he has to buy Force Staff to save people from cogs. He has to buy Shard to save people from like initiations and stuff. And like that's great. Like that is a very valid way to play Rubik, but you're also not like gonna steal RP, you're gonna steal Skewer. You know, like yeah, you have the lift save stuff like that, but it's just not like it's not like an offensive Rubik game. This is like a very double defensive support duo because they have to be because this PA. And like
a fool suffers a fool.
it's almost a little strange because you have like this Batrider and this Primal Beast who really go in, and then you have Oracle who like never goes in, and like Rubik who wants to do both, but just he just cannot itemize offensively this game. I don't think at least. Yeah, so I think Snowstorm will have a good game. Like I don't see how he doesn't, honestly. I would even be curious to see if like this Aghanims could be a potential thing later on. You know, the negative armor. I mean, we've seen PAs with like Slardar and stuff like that, just like one-shot heroes. You know, maybe it's like a Magnus blinks on the Rubik, presses Shockwave with Aghanims, and then like PA goes in and insta kills him type thing. You know, and it's like, and then you can steal like you're not even stealing RP, you're stealing Shockwave, which is just not like it's not the same thing.
Wait, it's
Definitely a good Rubik game, just not like, but not for the typical like Rubik's gonna steal spells and own. It's like this is a good Rubik game because Rubik's a great Force Staff builder with great cast range, and he has like the option to buy Shard. Like
I think the lift is excellent. This game, it's less about stealing the spells and more about the lift for sure.
for sure, yeah.
that's 75% armor reduction on a Shockwave axe. I mean, nobody built it, so it's not that great. So I'm also gonna get a nice D ward right here. Good check.
And it's weird. It
But
like
that's
fades,
cool.
you know. The
Yeah.
debuff like progressively gets shittier, so it's kind of a really weird axe.
I'm also not
But
sure
to
what
be
it means
fair, like,
by
PA is one of the best heroes to use that though, right? Because she's like, she does like 3 instances of damage immediately, so she doesn't care that the armor fades.
yeah.
Have you not seen this Persona?
Oh, right. This game, sorry.
It's a very cool looking sword, but
It is a cool sword. The icons look cool too. I don't know about the rest of it, but I don't know. It's cool. You know what? I like it. It looks cool. Arcana's better though, to be fair.
oh, I mean that Arcana is, especially with like a set which like has the PA's face like masked. It's very cool.
Mm.
But I mean we talked a lot about this matchup here. Looks like Snowstorm already has a deny coming out. One for that Shockwave first, of course, to secure creeps. But do you expect Batriders? Do they still go for like the? Are you expecting like a Witchblade build this game with the Shard, or going for a more like traditional like bots BKB type build to go more into like the lasso? What are you kind of hoping to see here from Milkboxing?
I mean, Witchblade's good against PA, but he's gonna go. It looks like he has Travel queued up again, so it looks. I mean, it worked out well for them. Like it seems like they play around the like global presence of the mid, so I can't hate that. I gotta say also, I love Snowstorm like faking the skewer when he doesn't have it leveled. Like that is great mind games for sure.
That's the mind of a 2-time AD2L champion, right?
He's got the Empower on him. He's like, I might skewer under tower at level 2.
Yeah, like he's shown both spells, but he's still like.
Many people forget Snowstorm has won AD2L multiple times. Once with Pot of Envy, season 31. Once with Pandemonium, 2 seasons later. So shout out. Not that many people have accomplished that. So yeah. Well played. And I do think it's a really good Witchblade game, especially if Batrider's having a good time. It lets you get a free hit onto PA as he accumulates 5 stacks on Snowstorm, by the way. But I think you always go bots, and then from there it's like, okay, do I need BKB? Do I need Witchblade? Am I going Aether Lens? You know, you've got a few different options for after the BOTs. On mid.
XCal actually went for Blur level 2 on PA. I don't think I've probably like ever seen this before, but perhaps a misclick, perhaps something A spicy little new tech being cooked up here.
I have to misclick against Primal.
I think it's just X-Scal things, TBH.
I horned in on you.
I mean, there's some value here. You got big right clicks from Primal and Rubik kind of constantly clicking on you, so I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. But I don't know. Your options to get aggressive are certainly limited by that, especially with Maiden in the lane.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that you're like the level 2 dagger actually just gonna go straight for it, not even bothering with the jump. So I was gonna say that might get delayed, but decides to all in for it.
I think this PA sword makes a pretty satisfying noise as Scion manages to solo kill Nick off in the river.
Got the long range flames out there.
Well done. Typically this hero doesn't power spike till level 3, but Scion making it work even at level 2. Out of mana temporarily though.
Mid Milkboxy got caught by the shockwave. What more is there?
No
Snowstorm's
bottle
doing
charge.
really well. Oh,
he's
the
gonna
skewer
get
going
him.
in. The clicks from Snowstorm.
Oh, that's this Magnus that I remember. This man, he knows his Magnus.
Yeah.
This
E.
hero, this
Boxy
hero
said
player
he-
combo is like,
Classic.
yeah.
I think Snowstorm was playing Magnus in that game I referenced earlier,
Yeah.
where they
I remember
slayed,
catching it. Yeah.
where they slayed the juggernauts of Pot of Pride
It was Snowstorm Mag and GSP Sand King, and they
and
like,
Phantom Lifestealer, I think.
yep, and they slayed the Gambit Gyrocopter.
Classic. That was back when
multiple
Gyro was
channel
doing that dumb 0-1-4 stats.
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
So stupid. Gambit was just picking that like every game because it was he was going back to carry. It was just, oh my god.
Oh, there's gonna be a lift back onto Nubs right here. The Frostbite was used, but again, this dagger slow.
GR3 also taking quite a bit of damage. Top could be in trouble here.
Oh,
There's a
Axe.
cog though.
Actually,
Maybe
Gambit
not.
Hogs onto Gambit right here.
No
Doesn't have to
spin.
spin anymore. The healing ward's gonna go down, but taken out. But now the spin's coming out from green. The counter spins onto the spinner. It's enough to get the kill.
Oh my goodness, praying to RNGesus for those
Scion,
spins,
though?
my lord.
Ooh.
That was a few hundred pure damage to the face of Gambit there. First death of the series for Mr. Gambit, our beloved Badman.
Looks like Snowstorm has gone jungle mode here. Gonna start accelerating the farm with the level 3 empowered. No point getting RP if you're just chilling and hitting creeps. And actually did impressively well against this Bad Rider. So the last pick not coming to full fruition.
Yeah. It's 2 games in a row that like there's a 24 pick mid and it did not go, at least the laning stage, it did not go as expected.
I feel like the only mistake of this Magnus is not buying bottle. I think maybe his thought process is, okay, Maiden Aura is like enough, but
Is now
I don't know. You are a mid using your mana and using HP to trade with that too. Like, I think it's just a little bit of a
Base turn on Milkboxy.
mistake on the item choice.
It's gonna look to go top. Has the lasso available. No Firefly though, so it's actually a little. Oh my god, just pops it straight up. No cares at all. The root's gonna come out. Yeah, but not able to get the spin off in time. Great cogs push away, but the root from Scion there is probably enough to get Greco down low. Yeah. Gets the kill.
Well, Axe has raindrops and 900 HP, but they literally threw like a gazillion magic damage at him, so he did eventually die. But it took a lot of effort. Now, nice lasso there, no hesitation, just go for him. Get him in position for the rest of the magic damage to come out.
Yeah, no stickies or anything like that. Just pops it up there. And I mean, Snowstorm is going for this Echo Saber. I think I kind of expected that. No early blink coming out, especially since like it's a mid mag, which I think is perfectly acceptable with how Snowstorm is starting off right here. Xcal's not actually doing too bad level-wise bottom, but CS a little lower than Tree, but has the Ring of Health, so should be mostly fine.
Face Boots killed by Nick on that
Oh.
courier.
Very nice there. Can they get a kill onto Scion here? They're gonna get potentially the cogs. Nope. It looks like they want to back away. It looks like Milkboxy's showing up once more.
Milkboxy's back.
Has no lasso, but the cogs. 2 push. They actually don't
he's
have
gonna get
the
out.
stun. No root
That was
coming out
well
from
played by
Scion.
Nick. Oh my gosh.
That was spicy right there.
That was really good.
There are many
Oh.
things that should be
Uproar.
said in all jump.
Plus the trample. Tree's gonna get the kill onto Nubs, but Exhale, can you get the turn kill? There is quite a bit of armor on Tree right here. Probably has to pop that upper pretty soon. Probably wants to pop it right now to get the extra slow or something. Tree,
the turn?
he saved it. Gonna go for the turn under the
blur?
tower. There's a lot of creeps right there, so Exhale will have to back away. But spell's coming up
That's
soon.
Flag
Tree
bearer.
has a lot of mana available still. Now gonna pop the trample plus the run forward, the slow. Can he get the final 2 damage? Oh, he's gonna get the pulverize, the range, the smash down.
no.
He's gonna get him right there. Nubs. He doesn't have any more spells available. The clicks, the CM, it's hitting like a wet noodle. Not enough to get the kill. And now Talus gonna turn back in. He's gonna throw Nubs into the creeps. Oh my god. The range creep that is CM will die to this horde of dire creeps over here.
I think what we saw there was a little bit of unfamiliarity of what Primal Beast actually does, because this hero is new and obviously very new to Captain's mode. And that dive was just a little bit ill-advised with the upper stacking up, giving him, what, 20 armor? No, 5 armor, sorry. The armor is what skills with stacks, not 20 armor, sorry. That's maxed out, he did not max it out.
Where's the pulverize up again? Dagger stolen. They're gonna use the, I don't know what the hell the Q is called, but now the trample as well coming in.
Onslaught is what it's called.
Onslaught's gonna go for it, has the pulverize available. Can he get the grab onto Exhale? He will. But Nick has shown up, it finally does get cancelled. But good damage, plus the slows. What more can they get? They're just gonna use the dagger spam from both the Rubik and the PA, flying back and forth. Nubs
dagger.
showing up. Actually went for the 2 points in the aura, so very little utility in terms of spells, active ones that are. It gives 75 armor on 5 stacks. Thank you, Twitch chat. Appreciate it.
Magnus is saying, God, I didn't go bottle enough. Like, please, can you put some more points into it? I need it.
You know, Snowstorm and
Nubs just gets smacked by the onslaught. The dagger, the slow. When there's daggers on both, Tree's completely fine with it. There is a pulverizer available to catch now onto Xcal. Nick trying to get in range. They're gonna get the root coming out, plus the lift back. What more damage do they have for this PA? They're gonna pop the stick, look for a jump away, gonna go for the turn with the dagger, but Scion pumping in the damage. The magic's could be there, the final click is there, but Snowstorm now looking for a play. It's the RP onto 3, that's stolen RP from Taos, but he doesn't have the mana to use it. They're gonna get the lasso as well as the turn, potentially onto Snowstorm. Caught into the Firefly, the buyback coming out from Scion's Oracle. Looks like he's gonna TP back in Taos with the stolen RP. The damage on Nick, it's there in time. Oh my god, Greco now showing up into the fight, looking for a dunk. He's not able to get it out in time. Talos is still gonna die, but now the pulverize up again. This fight's been going down for so freaking long. The trample damage is enough. The magic able to take the damage off onto Greco right here. Are they done? Are they finally done? It looks like not. Tree's looking for someone,
Great
looking
question.
for an onslaught. Target, the root onto Snowstorm now rooted up. Tree, he's gonna pop the onslaught, look for the high ground just off the mark, but now Milkboxy's showing up as well. He has a flame rank available if he wants to make for a play, but maybe they go for the CM right here. Nubs, the heal, going off onto Tree here. He has the mana for another engage in 10 seconds with this onslaught. Scion, though, probably doesn't want to feed his life away here into a dieback, but now the trample, oh my lord almighty, can't get the pulverize off with the cogs plus the battery assault combo, so looks like they're finally going to come to an end as multiple heroes find their way to the grave.
yeah, a lot of
Goodness gracious.
right there.
Milkboxy tips his buddy Talus. That was a nice 3-man RP from Snowstorm and 3-man RP from Talus there. Well played to both players finding the opening, but probably a bit of a pride favorite exchange there.
Yeah, because once again, Gambit farming the whole time.
Yeah, that PA is not having a...
Holy baller, aka Nick.
Palace getting some stolen green cogs on the ground. Greco has a call available. Level 2 should be able to catch Talus unless he's able to juke into the
Greco
trees.
went the wrong way, I think.
Nubs here though. Root him up. Should be a kill. Milkboxy looking to make a turn, dunk into the ground. Talus is gonna go down. Milkboxy, up top. Exhal's gonna die as well. Oh no.
That's a karate chop right there. Man, Excalibur got caught out a bunch of magic damage top.
Yeah, they
Piercing
just
through
got
that
the
blur.
Pulverize plus the looks like the spin.
Yeah, that's a really scary combo.
Yeah, I had a point I was gonna make before, like that 3-minute long fight that maybe is now not relevant, but like Pot of Greed's lineup, they have 3 cores who want to farm, and Pot of Pride have like 2 cores who want to just fight and 1 core who wants to farm. So even though Jug doesn't scale that well this game, Gambit's getting like so much farm because they're just like Pride were bringing the fight to the PA, and then PA had to leave, so now like Magnus is forced to fight or Axe is forced to fight. And so you're just seeing like these greed cores die over and over again because like someone has to be fighting. You know, when there's like a Bat Rider and a Rubik and a Primal Beast and an Oracle running at you. You know, Snowstorm is finding the farm, and like the Echo Saber, you know, the Blink's on the way. Axe is working on, presumably on the Blink as well, but it feels a little awkward right now. I mean, and XCal's going for like the actual Battle Fury too, so we're not even really seeing like the pinnacle of that like PA mag combo, you know, like the free Battle Fury, like Deso Rush type build. Like this is like a traditional PA carry game, which is like a lot more daunting. It's like if this Magnus was any other greedy hero, like say Monkey King from last game, we would be like, what are Greed doing? They picked 3 greedy heroes, right? The only reason the PA and the mag work together is because like Magnus helps PA farm. But instead it's almost like right now Magnus is being so greedy that it's hurting PA's farm.
Oh, he's gonna go forward with the skewer, but the Firefly runs out, so Milkboxy actually probably cannot get this kill on the Snowstorm. We'll see, actually. Lots of sneaky Nickers. What are they gonna do? No, they can't get the kill.
Excuse me.
Oh, did you sneeze or something?
Yeah, my apologies.
Oh, we didn't even hear it. It's fine.
Okay. Magnus does have an RP rune, arcane rune. No Blink Dagger. RP rune would be so
Oh dear. What's
if
the
Valve
next
activated
patch?
that one, oh my gosh. It's really bad if you don't bottle it, but
Yeah.
man, if you can bottle
Just
that RP rune,
Yeah. I mean, I
so
guess it'd be good. It would be good even if you didn't have bottle, if you're like fighting for the rune, right? Because like you get the
Yeah,
rune
big.
and you RP the opponents. Like,
genius.
7.32D is the RP rune introduced. It's just
Valve
bad.
offed this very interesting talent, Magnus, where you can
Oh, the
choose to
strength?
get strength per hero you hit with RP. So basically, if you're a noob, the talent is worthless.
Oh,
but
hook
if
shot.
you're a god
Onto Gambit right here. They're gonna have to follow up call as well, but really after damage, he's just gonna take Omnislash off. He's gonna turn. Oh my god. Nubs got obliterated with those slashes right there, and now they're gonna turn off the Greco right here. This is a gank going very, very wrong for them. Can they get more? They've got the Bat Rider Milkboxy going in. The Cog's actually gonna push him further into just onto Nick right there. He's gonna chill. Has nothing to do but die. And Stolen in Power. I believe he did call this a little earlier on. It is gonna expire, but that is helping
Yeah.
Gambit farm a little bit faster.
yeah, I mean, Gambit almost has Mjolnir now, so like, it's actually like one of the more impactful spells that can be stolen for
I hate to point this out as a former and future support player, but this Crystal Maiden is level 5 at 16 minutes.
Oh my lord. Nubs might just die. Huh? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought True
If
was
they
gonna
have the
go in.
freezing field there, I think that kill on Jug is possible, or at the very least, you're not dying to Omni Slash immediately because of the armor, but this isn't like an Axe Skywrath where you can catch a hero isolated outside of a creep wave and just delete them. That was just so awkward and ambitious. They have to know that a gank like that onto a Jug with this much farm is just not gonna work.
Yeah, they just don't have the damage, and like, unless Greco gets like 20 spins in a row, you're not killing the Jug like that.
No, their heroes don't have damage right now. Axe didn't snowball enough where he can control the game like he probably hopes he could, and all the towers are still up for Dire. It's like they're going for the smoke, but you got creeps mid. It's kind of an obvious maneuver, so I'm not sure what they're expecting to find here. The heroes of Pot of Pride are very difficult to take down for the most
They're
part.
gonna run into Scion though. There's a blink on Snowstorm. What can he get off of it? They're gonna get the call off onto Scion right here. The Oracle move most probably be going down right here. The dunk gonna go. Can Nick catch anyone else though? Got a very little bit of vision on the tree, but it's gonna back away in time.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I heard also that this axe talent is still bugged and doesn't work. Like,
Oh yeah, it doesn't actually apply the movement speed. Yeah, I saw that.
Rico wasted his
Fortified their structures against attack.
I honestly
Well, it's
don't
good in
think.
theory.
Look to their middle tower.
Yeah, it would be great.
Dire shall look to
That's like Medusa's, like, I don't know if it was their 25, whatever the spell shield one. It was literally like, that talent was broken for like a year. Like, they added the talent and it never worked until like,
denied.
I think 7.32 started.
We rely not
Wait, did they
on
remove the like built-in movement speed buff on Battle Hunger, or was that never there? Am I dumb?
Danger.
What?
It definitely was.
It definitely was
Hold
there.
on.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I'm
think when
so.
they reworked it, they removed it.
I literally have not played this year in like so
might be,
long
yeah.
because it's been kind of dog water, but.
I mean, it serves a purpose in this game against the early jug pick, but
Oh,
Um,
Xcal, I think it's
not
about to
having the
get
best game.
absolutely clowned on. Blinks into the smoke. Oh no, Xcal. Oh.
Okay.
This- Scion gets it with the right click, by the way. Very cool.
Unfortunate. He thought he was safe because they are protecting the area with a ward. You know, good move from Pot of Greed, but they were smoked, so unfortunately got caught a bit off guard there as Dire converged on the triangle.
Shout out to the Centaur also for stunning Xcal for a little bit longer and dealing
Oh.
21 right click damage.
Huge stun, almost as big as those RPs down bottom.
Oh, they have a paying off onto Greco
I
right
think
here.
Greco is-
Tree knows exactly
yeah.
where he is. Oh, gets the trample off perfectly in time. Able to cancel the blink, and now Milkboxy here as well to pulverize. Taking the axe up, bringing him down into the ground. Tal's gonna secure the kill. The ping comes out. Milkboxy knows.
In Milkboxy went for BKB, which I definitely... I don't think it's the wrong choice. Like, you're gonna be able to fight them and pretty much have no fear of anything, because... Yeah, they have stuff that theoretically pierces BKB, quote-unquote, but they don't have any damage.
Yeah.
So with this BKB, you're pretty much invulnerable right now, and their lead is looking to snowball even further.
The hero that's supposed to be doing damage at 20 minutes when you don't have BKB is like
Radiant's
just
middle
now
tower
working on
is
the
under
deso
attack.
because like they did not coordinate the power cleave basically. So you can kind of just do whatever you want, I
Dire's
think.
top tower is under attack.
Yeah.
Like if this
Well-
PA had deso, this game would be so much harder.
20-minute
for Pride.
Battle Fury. That's rough.
Battle Fury is online, but very late timing.
I mean, Gavit's got
I think-
Mjolnir Shard right now going for the S and Y.
Yeah, my goodness, this man is stacked. I will say about PA, the longer this game goes, the better she looks, but right now it's very tough for Greed. Yeah, but sometimes, you know, this hero, you let her sit around, you know, Legend Dota, you kind of don't push as quickly as you should, you don't really close off as much of the map as you could. You know, this hero gets a few
The
kills
rush
and all of a
forward,
sudden-
Nubsmiggy, the CM. Pipe is forfeit
bye-bye.
once more, I'm pretty sure. Tal's gonna claim the kill with the blast again.
That's a kill secure for all you support players out there.
Yeah.
That's how it's done.
Is now active.
Has a stolen level 1 Crystal Nova as well, so. I think that was the strat actually. Make sure that Talos has no good spells to steal from the CM, you know? Can't steal the aura. They are smoked up looking for something right here. They do have some nice team fight. They're gonna see some heroes TPing away. Gambit's gone. This is the time to make a play. The call gets off what to do here. The Oracle plus Nubs as well. The freezing field coming in plus the BKB is gonna come up from Milkboxy though. The stolen freezing field as well from Talos, but he is on the
That's
high
exactly
ground.
what
He
they
got
need.
pushed up there. Nick though is gonna use the hook shot to take him out. Looking over off onto the bat right here. The dagger catch the kill. They're able to get it, and now over here, Talos on this high ground, duking it out with Nick here. This is the perfect fight for Greed. Able to
Wow.
get 4 heroes from nothing.
Goodness.
Way to go! Greco found the call, and they followed it up perfectly with all their AoE, another RP onto the BKB Bat Rider, and well, I lied. They actually do have some BKB piercing damage if they manage to RP this guy, so...
Yeah, they
Again, once again, my haters are vindicated.
they had to click into him for a little bit there, but they got it
Are they
out.
going Roche? I mean, they should go Roche. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Did Oracle get caught there, or was he simply not there?
He was in the
did get
call.
caught by
He was in the call.
yeah.
Ooh, false promise very early from
Unfortunately.
Scion.
If there was a false promise there, you know, a bit better positioning, it might have been a different fight if Batrider had lived.
Oh my
Batrider.
X
Oh my
now,
goodness.
great! Holy lord.
Holy moly, the DD rune and the Empower.
Jesus,
Shit.
1000 damage crit right there. My lord.
That will delete an Oracle if you have a DD
that was
and
like-
Empower.
That was like, oh, okay, I'm safe. My Batrider's TPing in, and I was like, oh, the creep died. That's weird. And then like, he just died instantly.
I saw him go for the root on the creeper. He's like, shit, there's a PA right there. Oh god, oh
What's
god.
going on here? I need to walk a bit forward to investigate, I think. Oh, crap.
That's like a horror movie jump scare right there, where your like heart rate pumps up a little playing Dota. You're like, oh god.
Honestly, I'm having a bit of some flashbacks to many a pub against a PA where you think you're doing great, you have this, you know, 6k advantage, 8k advantage, you're taking some towers, you feel unstoppable, then all of a sudden, you know, just some random kills start happening and you start to sweat a little bit. And I feel like Pot of Pride needs to be sweating just a little bit with PA picking up those kills.
Oh, they might just find a Scion a little too far forward. Nick sees him right here. He's gonna go for the play. He's gonna go for the hook shot. Gonna get the catch. Probably gonna go for the cogs pushback. It actually gets him in the cogs right here. One more can they get? Oh, Snowstorm with the skewer back. He's gonna get the root off onto 2, but it looks like Pride are not willing to commit here. Which is a good choice from them.
Greed were so patient. Like, Greco could have jumped and called, but then it's like, then you have the Rubik lift, stuff like that. They just waited and waited until like Pride were so far back. And they just found a nice skewer and like isolated Scion. Like, really nice catch there.
Scion actually
Not
placed
gonna lie.
an interesting ward above the Roche pit. I don't think I've ever seen this before, but provides some very cool glimpse vision on the high ground.
Yeah, Scion is the.
That is a unique one. I like that
Scion
one.
is the expert on weird but effective ward spots.
No, that is a good one for sure, especially because they have a lot of Roche taking potential, so. Getting an advantage if they decide to fight in that area for Pot of Pride. Now, I will say I'm not sure how. I feel like Oracle should have at least one item by now. I think a lot of times position 5 players will fall into a trap of overbuying sentries and sort of gimping their own farm as a result. And I think that's a little bit of what's happening here, because honestly by 25 minutes you should typically have one item completed, especially if you are winning. So hopefully this force staff will make a big difference for getting people out of cogs and away from Magnus, all of that good stuff. But hoping it can come out soon. You know, Oracle can just nuke range creep, so the hero actually can deceptively get decent farm up from the waves specifically.
True, these aren't the days of like 2015 where you're like brown boots, like sentry obs on 2 different slots, TP dust, then you've got like 1 slot for maybe like a salve, which you're never gonna use, which you die anyway.
And I'm not saying this to be critical of Scion in general, because I think the man actually generally is a pretty greedy pos 5 who does get a lot of items up. But, you know, this game,
Ooh,
you know,
number
a couple
2.
less sentries, you know, tell Talus, hey, get your ass over here, get some sentries yourself, and, you know, we'll both be fat and happy with our force staffs here. Oh, well, Milkboxy does have the Witchblade now, by the way.
Yeah, I did go for it after the BKB. Went for a TP, but cancelled it.
I think this is a build I see a lot when Batriders are having a good game. They go bots BKB so they can fight, and then Witchblade so that they're just like a stronger version of themselves in the fight, you know? Especially against PA, guaranteed debuff even through evasion, so.
Oh, hook shot from Nick here. Gets a catch onto Scion. The ward coming in clutch. Now the jetpack as well to get out of the cogs and to keep the stuns coming. Snowstorm? Oh, again, false promise coming off. They're actually not going to commit, so this promise will not be a false one. It's going to come back to life here. Do they go for the Roche? So far, they've kind of just like lollygagged a little in this area up here, but looks like they're gonna go bottom. The lasso's gonna hit up at the exhale. That's a lot of damage onto this PA. Can Milkboxy complete it? Looks like he's not gonna go any further.
Yeah, nice job of Pride to force them all back there. Because I think that was a good swap for Greed to Roche, but
I feel like Pot of Pride could maybe try to sneak over to Roshan. It is a bit risky, but oh man, you do take it really quick.
I feel like when you've got Axe Mag though, like you have to have like complete vision over them, or
Yeah.
one
It's
or two
risky.
have to be dead. They do smoke up though on the side of Greed here, looking to maybe make use of their double blinks, the BKB on Snowstorm. Scion once more called, caught out. What is Talus gonna do right here? He's gonna get the lift, try to throw up on the high
he
ground, but now
dropped
gets
it.
caught out as well. Snowstorm's gonna go down. Looks like Scion,
He's gonna actually get out.
a worthy sacrifice from Talus, I guess.
yeah, they still have hook shot here. Greed have been like pretty good about holding their spells.
They've been very patient.
They saw Tree. Tree does have a BKB, but has to be a little careful.
I don't know. Magnus is hitting this timing we referenced during the draft. This Link Echo Saber BKB, soon to be level 18 as well. He is
Oh.
a very strong fighting force.
Could have maybe gone for Gambit there. They see him under the ward. Oh, the wave is gonna spot a hero or two, so...
Shard 2, by the way. Horn Toss online
Yeah.
for this Magnus. Collapse Jr., of course. As we all know and love from Team Spirit. Oh, poor Talus there. You know, he got a bit of the Savior Buddy syndrome and paid the price while his buddy TP's away on the cliff.
He saved his buddy, but got the full syndrome right there.
He did. Yeah, you know, Sign was just trying to be a good pause 5, tank the gank, and Talus was like, no, I want to take the gank. Well, somebody had to take it, so... Guess we'll see. I feel like some people are mentioning in Twitch chat, this Primal Beast hero does kind of fall off. Very strong early game and can snowball, but I feel like the snowball has ceased temporarily here and could be in danger of falling off as a hero.
Yeah, I mean only 14 base armor, so like you can definitely get, I mean, not bursted. You do have like a lot of base health, but
Depends
theoretically,
how well they disable him, right? Because the upper
Yeah.
theoretically will give you more armor, but if you can chain stun, he definitely is vulnerable.
Yeah, this hero's like... I feel like some heroes are like deceptively tanky, but I feel like this hero's deceptively squishy. Like, it feels like you're a lot... I feel like you can bait it into like how strong you are with the amount of like HP you have and like the lines in your health bar, but then you end up dying. Speaking of dying, let's see, is anyone gonna get caught out here? Or are we just gonna have another weird engagement?
The thing with Primal is you have to go so deep often to really deal your full damage potential. Sometimes you get a little bit baited. The Ogre Seal Totem plus Trample though, really, really nice neutral.
I
for
literally
this
was
hero.
just looking at that. I was like, huh, that's kind of a cool interaction.
It's quite a nice combo on the Trample.
Some decent neutrals. We've got the Titan Silver for Snowstorm on the mag, Mindbreaker, excellent PA, Psychic Headband, helpful for the CM. Also has the Philly. Xcal has a BKB. It's literally just gonna pop it and look for a turn. Mass TP's coming out. Oh, they're gonna get the lasso though. That is BKB piercing with the haste rune from Milkboxy, so it's gonna send him kind of far back. But maybe this is a bait. Maybe Snowstorm's gonna get a really big RP off here, but Xcal able to blink away over onto his CM. Oh, not able to get it off in time, but now the call going off, but with the false promise of the freaking RP off onto 2 right here, but they don't have a whole lot of damage. Now Gambit gonna turn with the Omni Slash straight off onto the Magnet here, plus the Basher. Gets the hit off onto Snowstorm. Can they get anything else? Looks like they can't, but they're more than satisfied with those 3 kills right there. A massive gold swing and probably Roche.
You know what time it is. Roshan time.
Masters. I mean, Greed have had like so much time to take Roche themselves. Instead, they just get caught out. Like eventually, if you don't take Roche, and you're the stronger Roche lineup, you're gonna get caught out, and then the enemy team will take Roche, and then your lineup is like way weaker than it's supposed to be. Now you just have this like Basher SNY Mjolnir jug.
I mean, Gambit's just kind of quietly chilling and like farming. He's perfectly fine hitting creeps with this Mjolnir that he has here, and he's actually going for an axe. Not a item I've seen too much on recent jugs. They go for like more like Scotty favored, but see, I wouldn't mind seeing an AC on someone out of the 3 cores on Pot of Pride here.
Well, Bat is going a playmail item, but it's going to be a Shiva's.
Not
Yeah, I
bad.
like it, you know? Finding the vision for your team, helping Jug find the jumps, reducing some healing that's going to be coming out, and all of that. You know, you need some armor against PA and Mag, so...
Yeah, I think it's the best pickup for Bat here.
You know, Lotus Orb feels awkward on mid, and the AC's kind of wonky too, so... Probably the best option for him. Honestly, it's been a very solid Batrider performance. This guy's got a lot of wonky last pick heroes that you need to watch out for. It does make drafting against this team pretty difficult.
Yeah,
Unless
I
you're
think
Purple Pansy, of course. You just 2-roll him. Send him to the grave.
Shout out Pansy.
Yeah, shout out to RMB.
I would say the
Big
Pod
RB.
Fight Void got a little nerfed, you know, so might be
The
the
Void in general got nerfed.
oh call Greco blade bill damage off onto Gambit right here, but the platform is coming out in time, and now Greco's gonna fall. No chance to even live on this axe right here, and now they're turning off onto the clockwork, caught by the pulverize, put into the grave. What more can they have? Nick's gonna buy back very quickly here, but they still have the Aegis onto this jug. They've pretty much lost nothing thanks to that false promise. Now the buyback also onto the CM. Snowstorm, what is he gonna get here? Maybe looking for a skewer back? They're gonna get the dagger. Oh, Tree looking for something here. Has a blade dagger of his own. Heals coming back off onto the jug here. Gambit gonna back up a little bit. Oh, ooh. Some blood splattering the ground, but only creeps so far. I have to be so careful. There's so much, like, catch from either side. Gambit for the spin. Go forward. So he just wants to go for the Brax here, but backdoor's gonna come back. Creeps are just a little further out. He's probably gonna have to turn back with these creeps. They do have a decent wave clear thanks to the Empower from the PA. Now, Healing Ward has been placed down. Greco is back alive. Has a BKB. Actually didn't get a chance to use it that last fight. I could have sworn he had it up, but guess not. They're gonna look for the poke off onto Gambit here. Maybe with a call and like a stun into a skewer back. Now that the spin's down though, Snowstorm should probably go for a play. Maybe Gambit's gonna be careful and back away. And now they're gonna go for Gambit? Courier, maybe that was a bait. Rico, you're gonna get caught out. The RP in the backline, stolen away from Stalis as well. You're gonna go for something, but oh wait, silence. Corner powered by Excal, not able to take any spells off in time, but Excal has to blink away up to the high ground. Back to his Magnus, and now the stun, the bash, off onto Nubs here. He's gonna pop his ult, but oh, that's a hope and a half right there. The die back off onto the CM.
Was that just like a Witchblade tick that did a freaking million damage to CM? What the
Not
hell?
sure. Oh, Greco off the mark, gonna get caught with a pulverize, and now Excel's going forward, but the stuns, it's too much for the PA. He has no BKB, and neither does the Axe. They're both gonna die. Buyback from Greco. This is looking really, really rough for Reed.
Yep.
If Gambit's not done, he still has the Aegis on just under a minute. Okay, as I say that, Pride just might be done as they back away.
Man, very great high ground push, great patience. Didn't even lose the Aegis. Just waited for Radiant to slowly use all their spells, use the RP, and holding False Promise until Batrider really needed it. Great push from Pot of Pride there.
Yeah, they've shown like really good discipline around high ground, stuff like that. It's funny, like both Talus on the Rubik and Nubs on the CM that fight, they like went in, used their big spell, like in the case of Talus was a stolen RP, and like instantly died to like
Evaporated.
yeah, like you know,
Yeah.
it's the life of a squishy support.
I think that these dire supports need a Ghost Scepter, but honestly, they're so far ahead at this point, probably doesn't
Yeah,
matter too
like
much.
basically what I said in draft happened to Talus, where it's like he stole RP, blinked in with it, and insta died to PA. It's
Yeah.
just PA's like an item like behind, and like the other heroes on Greed are an item behind, so it just didn't really matter that Rubik died there.
Yeah,
By
I
the
mean,
way, PA has something very ambitious but also very necessary queued up at the moment.
yeah, Excal's feeling the pressure with that Rapier queued up. Greco's gonna go for the call off onto the Bat Rider here. Pops the
He needs
BKB of his
nothing
own, but he
here,
gets
though.
caught by the lasso. Where's the follow-up damage? It's not present, and now Greco's gonna be brought super deep in. He's bought back, so that's a dieback going down. Nick's gonna try and save him, but a little bit of a bait there. The clock's just gonna fall as well. Those are heroes without buyback. The Flame Break catching on to a lot of heroes here. Tree, wait, Excal? Excal goes in, gets 2 kills on the supports. Holy mother of god, the PA actually manages to kill someone, but looks like he's lost the rest of his team in the backlines, and now disarmed, gonna go down, has no BKB, committed to kill the supports, but the cores are still alive and kicking.
Yeah, just not initiating on the same page there.
Oh,
Heroes on the
Self
side of the
Eyes
map and
back.
stuff.
Oh no, they weren't even...
Gambit is a satanic loving hero, player apparently, because he's queuing up a goddamn satanic on Chug. Which I don't
Snowstorm
think I
goes for the
understand that
RP. What can they get right here at the crits? Oh my god! Switch Flash wants to spin! Oh no! I don't know what happened there, but they weren't able to get the damage.
one. The skewer actually cucked him.
Oh my god.
Maybe a horn toss would have been better.
I don't
They
know.
just called GG. Well, very
Oh,
clean solo
God.
from Pot of Pride. Honestly, dominant performance.
Yeah,
Turns out when you bring players that won the league above this into the lower league, they perform well. That's really interesting. Yeah, well played from Pot of Pride.
yeah, Scion is quite the gamer. I mean, Gambit is just, you know, Gambit is just so consistent in what he does. Like, just no matter what, like, he's not taking bad fights. He's just gonna be farming. And like, if you can exploit that, and I'm assuming I didn't watch the RB Pride game that much, but like, I'm assuming they were able to exploit that. Like, if you can exploit that, great. But if not, like, then your carry better be farming as much as Gambit is, because like, otherwise you're just gonna get outscaled. And like, we saw it both times this game. Like, they just got outscaled by Gambit.
You know, an interesting thing that I didn't realize in the draft about the Magnus versus Batrider, but Batrider is a hero that fucks with your turn rate, and Magnus is a hero that turn rate is crucial on. So, actually, very interesting minutia of that matchup there. As
Yeah.
Magnus can't skewer, get the RP turned effectively, horn toss, all that stuff. Quite as well with the sticky napalm being spat around everywhere.
I honestly don't know what to say. I think Pride just... They kind of just knew what they had to do. I just feel like Greed are just not on the same page entirely. Like, it feels like Greco... I think... Not to, like, flame anyone too severely, but I feel like, most importantly, like, Snowstorm and Greco are just not on the same page in how they want to play. Like, there's just a slight bit of disconnect, at least for this series, because I haven't seen any of their previous games, but, like, it feels like their 2 and 3 need to be working a little more hand-in-hand to give, like, Excal this space, because we can see Excal's able to do a little bit in these games with some farm, with a little bit of breathing room. But I think they need to, like, figure out exactly what they're doing to maybe make that happen. Because Pot of Pride, they're able to, like, send 4 heroes just, like, crazy mode into the enemy jungle, while Gambit is just, like, A-clicking and, like, taking shots or something. Like, I don't know what Gambit's doing, but he's having a free game, so...
I have a
Yeah.
request. Can we look at what Nick's Steam name is right now? All I see is absolutely cranking my...
Oh, I
that-
remember what it
that's-
was.
That
It
is
was
the,
like my
that is the old
hog.
one, actually. Yeah, absolutely cranking my MF hog, I believe.
Yeah.
But right now his Steam username is Jesus Christ Superstar, and it's a picture of Jesus Christ crossing someone up on the basketball court. So
Yes.
Damn, that's baller.
yeah,
I was promised an interview from Nick, but let me see if I can actually
Oh boy.
find the man of the hour.
Might be in shambles at the
time?
moment,
Question
to
mark.
be honest.
We'll see if we can get that. If not, no worries. But that was still a fun series.
He just told me in DM that he will be coming shortly. So
Okay. So I feel like he may have left the server, but I will re-invite or the man, the myth, the legend here. I mean, I've heard a Nick interview after a win, but I'm curious to what it's like after a loss. I assume it's very similar, but
well, the grand finals interview was after a loss.
oh wait, never mind. I lied. Oh, well, we'll see.
R.I.P.
The man of the hour, Nick, has arrived and is present.
Hello, hello.
I honestly won't ask any like leading in questions. Just tell me your thoughts after that game. Also, be aware, nothing
my
too
thoughts still
crazy.
stand. Yeah, my thoughts still stand. I'm just better than Yank ever will be. You know what I mean? Like, she's watching me taking notes. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just covered it from the top. Uh, Sometimes you just gotta. Sometimes you have to lose to win. Does that make sense, Licky? Sometimes you have to
Absolutely,
lose.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You just have to. Sometimes you have to like boost Gambit's ego so that he just thinks that he's better than you. Just you can go ahead and shit fuck him. You know what I mean? You just gotta go for it. Just give him a little shit fucking. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not mad about it. This is a fun league. I'm so excited. RIP Breaking Ben, my favorite team. RIP. Shout out to everyone. Yeah, RIP. Yeah, we love him. We love him. The Hawk, that what a great guy. I love that guy. Just real respect out there. Real respect for the craft. Hit it for a long time. Double season taker. That's some fucking Mission Impossible shit that they got away with it. That's crazy. You know, fucking great on that. Back to the game though. Gambit banning out my Tusk. How dare he? What disrespect? I'm just trying to have fun out here. We're just banning out my heroes. Like, what is this? You know what I mean? Other than that, we just we just didn't pick any backline for game two. Game one, game one they had us outdrafted. I mean, Marcy's just still strong. Like we picked Monkey into going into it, and Monkey does the same thing as Marcy wants to, but Marcy just does it like way better. And so it's just like, shit just happens. We need to work on our lanes most forefront. Top, I think we're fine laning wise. Like I didn't feel like I don't know if we won or drew. I don't know if you guys tell me. I really don't know, but like we didn't feel weak in our lanes top at least. Or top saying me and Gambit's lane.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
the axe
yeah,
jug lane went
yeah,
even. I would say.
yeah. Which, so like we're fine on that. In that regard. What's the rate? I did get mad. I did get mad one time when I died first blood. Can somebody tell me what the ranges on Oracle's E? Because I was like
Oh, that was a
I
long
lost
range
my
hit.
I
It's
Yeah.
fucking
pretty
lost
big.
my mind. I fucking lost my fucking mind. Because I was like, yeah, I'm high ground. I'm walking up the hill. You know what I mean? He's at his hill. I'm at my hill. You know what I mean? I just get fucking raped, and I was like, oh well, that's crazy.
Oh.
And I was just like, oh, what can you do? And so after that, it was whatever. I mean, I think we're playing fine. Like the whole deal is like, PA is like a weaker hero, but it beats him later on, and we just couldn't make it to that stage, and we just didn't have anybody jump their backlines super hard. Like we had Axe Mag. I'm playing Clock, so I can always jump the Oracle, which is fine. But like, it's whatever. My item choices, if you just saw, was mostly for me to do hit and run tactics, but we never really got the chance to even be able to pull that off.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, other than that, that's all. That's all it's going for. Once again, I hope Yank got her notebook out. I would like to see it. Take notes. I know you got the glasses, new eyes. You know what I mean? Uh,
Yes, with my
make sure
new
you take
eyes,
note.
I did. I tried to take as many notes as I could. So.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Get the
Yeah.
glasses out. Yeah, I really loved. What great guys on the other team. I actually like Sign a lot. I think he's funny. Um, Gambit's a
Oh yeah,
I
I love
can't say that word. I can't say that word.
Preferably
Gambit is
not. Yeah.
yeah, Gambit yeah, Gambit Gambit is a special someone in my heart.
Hey, if you're neuroatypical, man, reclaim it, bro. It's
No,
empowering.
Rusty, shut up.
Sorry,
I'm
I
not
shouldn't be
so
encouraging this
yeah,
behavior.
yeah, I'm not so I can't steal their word. I don't want to steal their word. That's disrespectful. What can I say? I can say Polak though because I'm Polish, so I can call him a Polak. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very
So
good.
yeah. So
Oh my god.
So yeah, I don't get Twitch can come after you, bro. I'll give him the good old 1-2. I'll show him my fucking documents. Uh, uh, It's don't worry, it's all good. You know the thing
Yeah.
about Polish people, bro. You know we can't put in light bulbs. We can't play position 4. You know, yeah, yeah. What can you do? Other than that, what did you guys think of the gameplay experience?
You know, we
Really?
I thought
Mm.
dude, stop. I can barely talk, man. I can't. You
You
two have to
can't?
answer it. I
Don't
bro,
break
I
your
can
jaw
barely
now.
open my mouth right now, bro. Like
Come on, handsome Squidward. You can do it.
Um, I mean, I think it was just like really solid performances from Pride. I think, especially, I mean, the game one was obviously more decisive. I think Pride kind of took their foot off the gas a little bit for game two. They kind of like let Excal farm a little more than they should have, and at the same time, I think you all like kind of let Roche slip by a little more because I think you guys had the threat of like they can't go Roche because you had the axe mag, but like you guys could, and you had some like solid vision in the area, but. I mean, there's still obviously like potential, and this is what like week 5, so there's
Yeah,
still 3 more weeks of groups plus whatever playoffs. I'm pretty sure you guys are like, I'm not gonna say like I don't know if it's guaranteed, but pretty sure that
it's
you all
not.
will end up.
We have to climb up for it now. Because we just got O2'd. But I mean, yeah, I mean, game one was just kind of like we lost every lane. We were playing from behind the whole time. Like I got put on Nick's assassin.
Yeah.
Real tragedy. I can play it, but I'm no GT4. Shout out to GT4. You know, so it's like whatever. Game of banning out Tusk was smart, and them first picking Jug in the second game was really smart because they knew what we wanted to do.
Mhm.
yeah,
Um,
they also banned your Undying and your Omni Knight. So it
there
was
were
three restrict bans.
there was enough heroes.
I mean,
I mean,
they
yeah,
are
yeah.
also your heroes, though.
You know, that's just because I'm an animal. I hate everybody. You know, what can you do? Um, uh, it's just like sometimes we're like trapped a little bit with what we want to pick. We also have a thing going where we're not allowed to pick the same mid hero twice, so you know, it really just limits our ability.
Oh, I
So
did that.
yeah,
I did that a
yeah.
season or 5 ago.
Was that pre or post Sandstorm or Sand King? Sorry.
It was pre-sinking.
See, that's like my BCAD thing is a post or pre Sand King moment.
Oh, being able to move around and being an actual like decent hero. Yeah.
No.
That's what.
The Sand King incident of 2021 is what we're gonna
Oh,
call it.
never
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
Yeah.
That should technically be the third Spyro game where I was like level 2 on Sand King at like 11 minutes against Nick's pause 5 on dying. But
Oh
you
my
know
god.
Yeah. It
that's a
was
story for another day. You know.
yeah. It was a really hard time. And then when we faced Yankoff in the grand finals, yeah, she did block me in all devices and leave every single Discord that I was in. Yeah. She even blocked my friend Ron just to make sure we couldn't contact her in any way. Because you know I will call Yank if I'm playing against Yank. I will call her cell phone if I kill her. And so you know
That's top
things just
tier.
happen.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Yeah.
I consider myself a pretty decent mental player, but not against Nick. It is a very fragile mental against Nick.
Yeah, I did make somebody lose 1,000 MMR.
Oh, Key was telling me about that early on.
Yeah, our first season throw. Oh my god, you know, many moons ago when we first started smoking up. You know, back on my original team when I was still you know, the hammer and sickle. Just kidding, communism's stupid. But you know, when I was still the
Whoa,
Oh,
man.
Connor's about to get
Okay.
up in
All
arms right
I
right.
said
there.
it. Yeah, okay, go be dumb somewhere else. I don't care. You know, but what was it? You know, back when I was still, you know, captain of the squad, you know, I told GT4 and I told Yank and I told Orange and I told Big Man Rahul. Might have just doxed him, but that's what I call him. But you know, yeah, I was like, you know, we need to. This team was like on par with us, if not a little better than us. So it's gonna be hard for us to beat them. What Yank? What the hell is his name?
Tribal.
Yeah, Tribal. I was about to say Talos, but that guy's cool. Yeah, we just played against him. He's a cool guy. No, Tribal. That guy was a psychopath. I like to be dumb on purpose because I think it's stupid. That guy was just like a racist, like maniac. And so basically, he would well, he was like an asshole. Would talk like ram shit in AD2L Discord, blah blah blah. And then when we got in the game, uh, we would blast all my tips on him, and then after the game one, when we beat them the first time, I was
We beat him
typing
with
like,
the Spectre 1 Medusa 2 lineup, by
yeah,
the way.
that
Or
was really
Anti-Muse 2 against Medusa against his
yeah,
Medusa.
yeah,
Yeah.
Ace Medusa. And then it was so funny because in the post game, I was like, "Wow, man, great game! You played super well. I really respect you as a player." And then, so we 2-0'd them. They got knocked out, and then like we just kept tabs on him. His name was like Tribal Boost Mode, boost moding. And he just like went from like Legend 5 to like Archon 2. Like it was just like, the fall from grace. It was really funny. Just watch out. I will get in your brain. I'll find out where your number is.
Hey,
You don't want
Nick, I have a question for you. It's not Dota related though.
uh
So, if I remember correctly from the last interview, you're a Philly guy, right?
I'm from Delaware. I'm from like northern Delaware, so like
Like
20
a
minutes
like a
north.
Philly fan. I mean, all those
Yeah, I
things.
fucking hate everybody else. So
Okay.
yeah.
So here's my question for the interview. What do you think is more likely this season? Eagles in the Super Bowl or Sixers in the finals?
Both.
Both
Yeah, I
equally
mean,
likely?
yeah, I mean, right now Eagles and Dolphins had the highest records in the league. Cowboys beat the Giants.
I am a Dolphins fan, so I'm
Yeah,
well aware.
R.I.P. Tua. Um,
Poor guy was like fucking didn't know where the hell he was by the end of that game. My
yeah,
God.
and now the Buccaneers and Dolphins Stadium are gonna go bye-byes. Um, you know, what's crazier though is, Embiid. As long as Embiid's face doesn't get fucking broken open again, like we're better than every other team. I don't know how they beat us. LeBron, ancient. KD, he's a pussy. Like fucking Ben Simmons, like that guy. I don't know why the fuck the Nets ever get like. I don't know why the fuck the Nets ever traded for him. Yeah, like if he was just on our team, like on his full contract, like we would have just lost every fucking time because we just had like basically a bench warmer. His mental health might not be back this season, so the Nets might be having a rough one. So I don't know who the fuck is gonna play against us. And Eagles wise, I don't really know who beats us as the Eagles right now, unless like somebody gets hurt. Like I really don't. We play the Jaguars the Sunday. Like ew. Like I'm not really afraid of them. I might go tailgating. Because it's only 25 minutes from my house. I might just have to pull up to Broad Street, fucking hit it up. I wouldn't bite you guys, but if you wear any of the jerseys, you risk getting stabbed, which I will laugh at. It happens. What can you do? Just yeah, my number one recommendation is just never ever walk in Philadelphia without Eagles, like without another team's jerseys on. Also, I don't know if it works in other cities, but like in Philadelphia, like sports attire is like considered like normal wear, so you can like wear the shit to like normal like restaurants and stuff. Like I could like walk into like Mickey Motos with like an Eagles jersey on in my bad eye.
What Eagles jersey are you rocking? If you're gonna go out in the Eagles jersey, who you repping on the back?
Jason Kelsey, center.
Oh, of course.
I played
Eagles
center.
legend.
Yeah, I played center in high school, so naturally.
Okay, okay. We love it.
Would you play, Connor?
I did not play. I played flag football. I was a QB. My team was terrible. I did not play tackle football though. I'm too wimpy.
Nerd or what? That's okay. We protect them.
For sure,
I
for
yeah
sure.
yeah
Actually,
yeah.
the
We
high school I
protect them.
went to didn't
We
even have
protect them. We
football.
protect. Don't worry. Don't see. Everybody likes to disrespect nerdy people, bro. But those are the people who you cheat off of.
That's right. That's right.
What was my favorite joke? It was like people getting mad about the vaccine, and Smile was like, "Shut the fuck up. He's the guy you cheated off in high school." And I started cracking up.
Vax
Uh,
or nah?
Me? I got my J&J. I didn't get the booster though. I don't really, I don't like. I already got sick 4 times. I really don't care anymore. And
Okay.
also, I don't fucking
Uh,
like my only based opinion. My only based opinion is that it's
Which
like
we are
fine.
gonna share right here
Yeah, we
live.
are
oh
gonna share it.
Lord, what
We're
have
gonna
I
share it.
done?
My only based opinion on this is that like it's fine to get your. I don't care if you get a vaccine. Like, you do what you want with your body. I don't give a fuck. But I just don't know why we put so much faith into the drug companies all of a sudden when like these are the same ones who like started the opioid crisis. So I just like have like zero faith in them. And, like they can do what they want. Like I don't think they're doing anything malicious with the vaccines at all. But if people like didn't want to get them because of certain reasons, like that's like fine. You know what I mean? I think everybody was like having a stroke about it, but like, young Joseph Biden, who always fucking, I work and like, so you
Oh
have to understand
God.
relativity. Delaware's so fucking small. I love Joe Biden, right? But Delaware's so
Delaware's
fucking,
famous son right there.
yeah, Joe Biden. Delaware's so small that I can walk to his fucking house from where I work at, and then like, also like I like live 10 minutes away from him anyway. So whenever I try to leave work and he's home, they fucking shut down the road. That's like the easiest way for me to get home on. I sent Yank. Did I send you a Snapchat before? And I was like trying to leave, and I was like all pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like fucking like I have to like take like imagine like instead of going straight, I have to make a big ass circle that takes another 10 minutes. You know, it fucking makes me so mad.
That's
Like
bullshit.
I know, just like go to the you live in the White House, like you live in the fucking White House, like please just just go live there, like you know what I mean? Like it makes me so mad. Like I'm just trying to go home. I have to cut grass. Oh no, that's all the based opinions I have for tonight. Really just trying to get Licky banned. That's my number one goal in life, you guys.
Oh God.
Yeah, I will say whatever. You know,
Sorry,
Well,
like I couldn't resist. You know,
he
I'm
had
just
to.
like
He
a
had
fucking
to.
fisherman over here,
I have to
baiting
cast more greed
reeling
series
in
than,
huge fish, prize
I mean,
trophy catches
yeah.
left and right.
if you want my unhinged opinion,
Please no.
Do we?
every everybody's out to get you. Trust nobody. Think for yourself. Parties don't matter. Party lines don't matter. All they want is your vote. So if you're really gonna vote for somebody, pick somebody who aligns just close enough with you, so that they make enough difference for you to be able to vote for. It doesn't matter if they're Republican or Democrat or Independent or Bernard Sanders. Just vote for who you agree with. Don't straight ticket vote. That's my only thing.
This
I
was
studied.
surprisingly hinged of an opinion.
That's why I write in Vladimir Ilyich Lenin every time.
And
Okay,
that's
okay, there we
and
go.
that
There
and,
we get the
yeah,
unhinged. Yeah,
yeah,
thanks, Connor.
and that is your God-given right to do so. Like right now, like I
He
don't have any
never
part
wins, but
like
it's good
Why?
stuff.
We have to
like I don't
investigate why he isn't
like
winning, huh?
I
Stop
don't
the steal.
yeah, stop this you.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
I don't have a party. I don't identify with parties, right? Delaware makes you for primaries, but I switch it every year because I think it's funny. Um, but like I think parties are dumb. Like I'm a big Washington guy. Like you know what I mean, like caucuses and parties. I think they're redundant. Like you represent the people in your area. Um, like the only other thing is like right now I worked for the Democrats when I was in college, and right now I volunteer for the Republicans just because they wanted me to. Like it really doesn't matter to me. Like it's just like whatever goes on to get me experience or whatever aligns closer. Like right now I work for an economic group that's center right, part of the center right coalition here in Delaware. Like it really just depends on what floats your boat. Just don't hate anybody because they disagree with you. Like this is America. Like they have every right to do so. You know what I mean? Like it's okay. Like me and Yank do not agree on most things. Like you know what cyberpunk is? That's like the kind of life she wants, and she can have that. I simply like sleeping in my bed. You know what I
What?
mean? Like yeah. No,
What?
go ahead. No, go and ask Yank about her political opinions. She literally just what is it called? ANCAP? ANCAP, is that what it's called? Yeah, I exposed you. Yeah, I exposed you. Yeah,
I
like
am I am ironically in cap.
no, you're not. Don't try to hide it, man.
Okay.
I rep the yellow and
Thank.
black.
Anyway, this is a
Gotta rep.
wonderful, wonderful Dota stream. Thank you for stopping by, Nick. I
Uh,
actually
I,
do appreciate your time. It is quite
An honor
entertaining and
and a
fun.
pleasure always have Nick
yeah,
on
Always,
it.
yeah, it's
always.
all you know. If we get knocked out, I might have to get invited on some of these casts. You might have to get me in. Yeah,
Honestly,
yeah,
I'm down. I'm down. Maybe even the
yeah.
panel for an important game, just to add a little spice.
I will buy a fucking camera to be on the panel. I'll go and buy.
Let's go.
My Discord picture is literally me. If you want to see what I look like, it's literally just me giving the finger, drunk as fuck, with some hams around me.
Interesting. Huh.
You know.
Good to know, yeah.
I've seen you in the Pot of Sins Discord, looking good, looking sharp.
Oh, thank you. I don't have the chin strap anymore though, and I have a full-fledged beard now.
Oh, let's go.
What can you do? What can you do? Always remember Yank's 5'2". We don't hold it against her. I do hold it against her only because I do miss the punk rock hair. But that's that's a long time ago. But I still have we still have the picture from like 5 years ago. You know, always remember it.
The shadow of a bygone era.
I'm bringing it back.
Oh god.
Yank, when are you going back to Tampa?
When it's not being. Oh well,
Do I have to send
I
you
don't know.
water?
I'd be. Well, I don't know. I'd be going to Tampa specifically. I mean, that's one city out of any that I could possibly live in.
Well, everyone, thank you all for watching. Definitely appreciate it. Um, hope you all enjoyed the series. Hope you enjoyed these two wonderful teams playing some great Dota. But that's all that we have for tonight. Hope you all enjoyed. Shout out to both Potapide and Potagreed for this great series, and to Key and Rusty for joining me on this cast. I've been Licky the Cow, and have a great night.